talk about the VOD and the silver screen. Kevin and Tom and Joe know all there is to know, from masterpieces to deep fried tacos. And if the movie sucks, you might hear them say, there's no telling where the guys will take you. Get ready for a spoiler. Won't say it twice, cause we already warned you. Better watch out, it's gonna ruin the plot. Real spoilers. Real spoilers. Real spoilers.
Broadcasting from the lush but not lavish studios located in the basement of the O'Keefe Institute for Advanced Film Snarkitude, this is Real Spoilers, episode 905, which, back in Joe's drinking day, his favorite beer.
It's not my favorite.
There's a beer called 905.
Yes,
Used to
there
be. There
was.
was a liquor store called in St. Louis. This is very St. Louis centric.
That's
But
man.
Okay.
I love that you brought that up.
yeah, but there was
My alcoholism is what I'm talking about.
yes,
No.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never forget.
No, trust me,
Yeah.
I don't. No, the 905 is deep cut for St. Louis people, but I love it.
The
That's
liquor
old-time
store had
beer.
their own beer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And like the beer lasted longer than the liquor store did. Because
That's true, that's
it went out
true.
of business. You could get 905 beer for a long time. In fact, I think the joke was always like, "Oh, my dad used to drink 905. Then he got a job."
Then he got a job. I remember, man, there used to be. I mean, you could get there was Flagstaff,
Flagstaff, Stag.
Stag, which
What
is still
was-
around. Stag's still around.
Was it Stag or Flagstaff? And you might be too young to remember this. It used to, in the bottle caps,
Oh,
have little puzzles to solve.
Oh, it was
I
Laffy
feel.
Taffy.
I feel like that was Flagstaff.
Yeah, no,
because
it-
Stag is the diabetic beer because there's no sugar in Stag.
Oh.
So like,
I didn't
if you
realize
have
that.
diabetes, you drank Stag.
Oh, okay. But yeah, there would be like the little pictograms to solve.
I
with
think
like,
that was Flagstaff.
you know, there'd be like an eyeball to mean eye and
Right.
that kind of stuff. And so my just something to keep the kids interested in.
I
While-
figured,
while they're
I
at the
figured
bar.
you would have popped the can with the can opener.
Oh, I mean, there was that.
That was that too,
Yeah.
but bottles.
Yeah.
But, I mean, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember as kids like stepping on a pop top,
Sure.
like before they
Yeah.
didn't come off the cans, and like younger people, like I have no idea, like, but yeah, you used to actually have to have a can opener, and you had to put holes in both sides. Yeah,
So you could shotgun it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, but it wouldn't
No, I know.
pour out if you didn't have air.
Yeah, there was
flow on
also the infamous Lemps. The Lemp was
Yeah.
Lemp was
yeah.
outselling Anheuser-Busch, and Anheuser-Busch
No
said kill him.
kidding. Lemp?
Yeah.
Was
Oh, yeah.
At one point,
At one
that
point,
was
Lemp
their
was-
biggest competitor,
Yeah.
like in the 40s or
Yeah,
something.
but
Yeah.
it was kicking the shit out of him.
Now it's just a haunted mansion.
I know, and they just tore part of it down. I think part of it
Did
just
they?
fell off.
Oh, lovely.
because
But-
of ghosts.
Yeah, that's right.
Because of Anheuser over there just
Hey,
breaking
it's
things.
the 40s, man. Like I'm sure the Anheisers are like, let's make it look like a.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't need that kind of heat coming down on us.
Yeah, don't
Note
worry.
to editor.
I think there's only one left. I think there's only-
Yeah, and they sold it to InBev,
Yeah,
so,
so,
like they
like,
don't control the town in the same way.
No.
Like honestly, like people that don't live in St. Louis, they don't understand
Yeah.
how much Anheuser-Busch controlled St.
St.
Louis
Louis
yeah.
was an
before
Anheuser
they sold
town.
to a
Yeah.
national,
Yeah.
multinational conglomerate.
It was August Bush the second, I think, ended up like they had so much money that they ended up buying the St. Louis Police Department all of their gear. Like every officer got new gear from the
They're the
Bushes.
reason we don't have Disneyland here.
They are
That is the reason.
Yeah.
I
Walt
think the
didn't want beer in the
first, second-
parks.
Disney World.
Yeah, but was it Augie 1 or Augie 2?
Oh, that I don't know.
I think it was
but
2.
I thought you were talking which park. But
No,
yeah, they
yeah.
had built Disneyland in '55,
Mhm.
and then they were looking to build another
Yeah.
one to fix all the mistakes they made at Disneyland.
Correct.
and Walt's first choice was St. Louis because he liked it being in the Midwest. He's like he wanted something
Mm-hmm.
centrally located that everyone could funnel into, and it was gonna actually
the
be
riverbank.
on both sides of the river.
Yeah.
And
He grew up in Marceline, so it
Yeah.
was nearby,
Mhm.
you know.
and AB was like, "Oh, that sounds great. Where are you going to sell the beer?" I was like, we don't gasp.
Huzzah!
We
'Cause
don't.
Disneyland didn't have beer until like 2006
Yeah.
or
Yep.
something. Like,
and for a long time, the only place you could get any alcohol at Disney World was at Epcot,
Epcot.
when you
Right.
did
Around
around
the
the
world,
world.
yeah.
But like you couldn't get it in anywhere else in the park. I mean, yeah, it was a long time before you could get alcohol.
That is correct.
I made it like halfway or 3/4 of the way, and I'm like, I'm gonna just stop drinking beers now. It's ridiculous.
It's not even beers. Like, isn't that the whole deal?
Well,
Like,
there's tons of stuff, but I mean, I made it. I made it to like Africa or something from England.
I was like, where'd you start? That kind of
right,
Yeah,
but
okay.
like right to left. I went right when I entered and stopped at every single little place. And by the time I got over halfway, but I was like, oh my god, in the heat, and I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
were you messed
I'm
up?
good. Oh, no, I wasn't. Like,
Oh, okay.
I wasn't like crazy, but I
No,
just was
I mean, like, were you?
I'm
were you,
good. Like,
were you
this is-
buzzing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know how many places there? But I mean, every stand, every whatever. I'm like, oh, I'll try to each country get something, and then it was just hot out.
Did
and
you
I'm like,
go
I'm
into
done.
debt by doing that?
Going to debt by
Yeah.
they're
Well,
like
first-
$8-10
First
bucks.
off,
They're-
anytime you go to Disney
Yeah.
World, you go to, you can't walk in the park without going into
No,
That's a
it's
good point.
Everything's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
right. You're
but-
already in debt
You just
before you
gotta
walk
make
into
your
the park.
peace with that.
Yeah.
yeah.
but it's crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, episode 905,
Yeah,
Eternal Sunshine of the Spider-Mind.
I'm here
There you
for
go.
it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, I guess let's go around the table and we can all introduce ourselves and whatever physical or psychological maladies we also have.
This is Joe. I mean, I got stuff, but that's neither here
We
nor
already did yours.
there. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
This is Kevin.
You know
Oh,
your
you're
share?
cool. You think you're so perfect.
What
What's your therapist
everyone
say?
has to. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the money for that. I'm in debt from Disney World.
And this is Tom. I use jokes to hide my emotions.
I think of that episode from The Simpsons where Dr. Herbert is like, "Oh yeah, I use laughter to
Hibbert. Yeah.
to mask terrible situations." I'm talking to Homer, and he's like, "You're gonna die."
Oh yeah, shameless plugs. Before we dig in, don't forget we're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, TuneIn, wherever you find a podcast. You can find us while you are there. Be sure and follow us so you never miss an episode. Maybe leave us a review. Super helpful. Very
I'll
appreciated.
take a look.
Okay, I'll stall while
No, you don't have to solve.
Joe pulls out his iPhone.
I was just seeing if we're still on Spreaker.
Or if
Just
Spreaker
curious.
still exists.
Or Spreaker still on Spreaker.
Spreaker from iHeart.
Oh.
iHeart.
iHeart bought Spreaker, so we are well.
So if
hold
we're on iHeart, so I guess we
Yeah.
should be on Spreaker, right?
Yeah, I don't think when
That's
I searched
kinda
real
fun.
spoilers, it came up with a page on Spreaker that was like #spoilers, so like it was really generic. So I'm just doing a search to see is
Yeah.
real spoilers.
How's the Zune store working out for us?
Oh, it's great. We've 5 times our membership since we first started. 5
Sweet.
people on there.
Yeah.
now,
Sweet.
yeah.
We got one.
Oh, we got one.
We got one.
And
It's a 5-star.
okay.
Okay. After last week, they're probably like, these guys.
You know what?
we
And
gotta help
honestly,
these guys
this is
out.
interesting
These
because it
sad
is
middle-aged men.
this is from a week ago. This is from the notorious NAA.
Okay.
Real Spoilers is great to listen to when you have nothing to do. I always enjoy the random tangents and inside
How
jokes.
I do. Oh, you were in for a treat, sir.
Well, the fact that he was like random tangents and inside jokes, and then we had scumbag McGillicuddy, who was like, "Stop it with the inside jokes and the
Yeah.
tangents."
I wouldn't mind if someone made an account called Scumbag McGillicuddy and was like, hey, I love this
That-
show.
I hope Scumbag McGillicuddy gets in a Twitter battle with Joe's weird beard.
Yes.
That's what I hope.
Yes, I shaved my beard. I cut it up a little bit.
Still
Shaved,
weird though because
trimmed.
it's on your
Yeah,
face.
It's still on my face.
Yeah. So it's inherently weird.
It beats Creeperoo.
I'm telling you.
P, that's a deep cut for the listeners.
Yeah.
That's old school.
That is
There
old
was
school.
That's an inside
That's
There
joke.
was
when
an
I had-
image and everything.
I had that mustache, and that was a choice that I made.
Oh my gosh.
So where was I at? Oh yeah, you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/real spoilers. While you're there, like the page, join the group. It's called the League of Show Sharers because we are hoping you will share an episode. People who were kind enough to share an episode last week include Brendan McGuckin, Ralph Tribble, Tammy Lynn Powers Betts, Jason McLean, Tom Dowdy, Gabriel Lugo, Travis Tewitt, Chris Magic Man, Glenn Cougar Mellenbrewer, Richard Grotzer, Jason Aldridge, Heather Sachs, Taylor Ward, David Rojas, Matt Naglia, In Session Film, Geek to Me Radio, Mike and Oscar, Ryan Terry, Nostalgia Cast, Colby Mack, Ronnie Castle, James Install, Batman Ryguy, The Kryptonian Orphan, and the aforementioned Joe's Weird Beard.
Dang right.
Don't forget, you can also watch us on the YouTube, or if you would like to support us with more than your ears, if you would like to hear us completely unguarded and uncensored, unfiltered, with all of our
Uncut.
Real spoilers after dark.
right-wing screeds,
Yeah, we did a great job of hiding them on this podcast.
Yes.
We let them loose on the
but
other one.
but all the true
That's right.
thoughts, take place over on the Patreon.
Dare I say truth?
Oh, patreon.com/real spoilers. For $5 a month, you support the only truly independent podcast left in America.
You're not wrong.
And
I mean, look, don't get us wrong. Spotify wants to give us a little money.
we'll take it.
We'll take
Right,
it.
they've
Like,
given it
we've-
to everyone else, but we're still sitting
We've
here.
said since day one,
Mm-hmm.
we're not refusing the corporate money because we're above it.
Correct.
We're refusing it because no one has offered it to us.
We haven't gotten it.
We would sell out in a heartbeat.
Without question.
I like to
Yes.
think that we said that on day one.
Day one.
Hey, so we're starting this movie podcast. By the way, we
Like,
would.
we
sell
don't
out-
think Joe Rogan has a podcast yet, but if he ever gets one and he wants us, totally we'll do it.
Like if
Have
a
we
guy
been
from
around-
News Radio
Have we been
starts-
around longer than Rogan?
I have no idea.
I
don't
paid
know.
no attention.
Got to
to
be
him.
close.
20. What did we start? 2013?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there was a great movie,
Oh,
Breath
God.
of Fresh Air. Some
Breath of
called
Fresh
it.
Air.
Um,
I just told that story to somebody. That was like, and then we went
It's
back
so
and redid it.
funny
And I was like,
listening.
this movie sucks.
it's so funny listening to the,
Look, we didn't know how good we were gonna have
Oh,
it.
here's,
You know what I
here's
mean?
review 3.
No, it's not.
Here's review
no.
3.
It's also like I didn't get a Superman movie for 7 years,
Oh.
and then I got one,
He
and I was
was jonesing.
excited, and then I sat back and rewatched, and I was like, God damn it!
He's like, no Superman, no booze, makes Joe a dull
who
boy.
was the
Oh, I guess I
who-
wasn't drinking then.
Who was the lone voice of reason
You were
on that
you
episode?
Were. I feel like Dan
Yeah.
maybe
a little
also-
bit.
No, Blake didn't like it either. Blake
No?
hated it.
he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blake didn't like it from the
But-
I thought he
yes.
did because he was surprised. Was as soon as the movie was over, he was happy to be sitting next to me, and I was like, this movie. And he
Oh, I
was
don't-
like, "What? I thought you would have loved it."
Oh, I mean, I don't think he hated it to that extent.
Yeah.
But I know Blake was more critical of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And now look who's still here.
yeah.
I don't know, just the three of us.
Yeah.
There used to be 5.
People that liked Man of Steel originally and people who live at the house where they podcast.
Yes.
Those are the only people that can.
Those are the,
That's right.
the prerequisites for being on the show. So anyway, there's all that. Let's dig into Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
I loved it. I did love this movie. This is like if
solid.
you want a Spider-Man movie,
Yeah.
this is it. Because there is a lot of Spider-Man.
It was not as good as the last one.
Exactly. I
That
agree.
last one was like I don't know that they'll ever be able to top that. Like
it's really good.
it was like
No Way Home.
Yeah.
yeah, it
But-
was. I mean, I know it was fan service.
That's what I'm
to
saying.
the
I
nth degree.
I really
but
struggle.
It was so pitch
It was
perfect.
perfect fan. That is how you do fan service.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to wrap my head around because this is so good. And Ryan, my son, was talking to me about it. He's like, "Oh, this has got to be the best Tom Holland one." And I'm like, "I think the last one was better. I mean, I liked it more." But he's like, "Okay, well, this is like a second place.
This is
easily then."
I think they have. So there were 3 of them, right?
Yes.
Homecoming, Far From Home,
They
No
all
Way
had home in the name.
right?
And I'm assuming this batch will all have "day" in the title.
Maybe.
Is or
Yeah,
brand.
that's possible. Or new.
Spider-Man, Raisin Brand.
Yeah.
They're like, no, brand.
With how long it
Brand.
takes to make these movies,
That's
it might
true.
be eating
Yeah.
Raisin
Like
Bran.
that to me was not comic book Spider-Man. Like that was MCU Spider-Man, which was great, right?
Yeah.
I think he did a great job. This to me is like the shift to like the comic book
Yeah.
version of Spider-Man.
I like how they kind of skipped over college. I thought it was pretty clever the way that they showed.
Yeah,
the
this is like
passage of time.
it's like a
Yeah.
5-year jump.
And it's like, okay, so we get them through. We don't have to be like, oh, here's the struggles of going to school. And it's like, nope, they just skipped over that stuff.
Yeah.
And now Spidey's super popular. New York loves him. He's in the world and go, right? And all the villains you see, new tombstones in that montage. And there's people that are just,
You know what I appreciate about that montage?
what's that?
Is that's the point where they were like, let's throw that comic book stuff in there.
Yeah.
Like it's not like he's swinging through this town. Like in the middle of the movie, they're gonna give you him grabbing the guy under his arm and swinging across.
Do you know they filmed that practically
how?
at like 240 frames a second and then slowed it in slow motion? He had to hit those poses super fast so that like when they slowed down, like you had to hit the mark
Interesting.
to match the comic book cover.
It's a good thing he's a dancer.
That's-
Right,
I
for
mean,
sure.
I
honestly,
think people forget that
he is absolutely
that he's
a
a
dancer.
dancer, and normally we don't like dancing Spider-Man.
Was he Billy Elliot or something?
He was
in
on
the
the
Broadway in the
stage
UK.
play.
Yeah.
He was Billy
I mean,
Elliot.
he's and
He was also as a young man in a really good movie that kind of came and went called The Impossible.
Is that the one with Naomi Watts?
yeah, that's why he brings her back in this one.
But who? So who was Edith before?
It's a different. This is Evie.
Oh,
This is a different AI.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I believe he is a producer on this movie, so he probably has more pull and
Sure,
say
he
on
probably is
who
at this point.
right
You
and
know?
he brings in. And so I think that is a nod to their working
Okay,
together. in
okay.
one
But
of his
That
first-
movie is so good.
Is it really?
It's
He's
so
a kid,
good.
kid, right?
I think he's like probably. I think the character's supposed to be like 12, maybe.
Okay. Okay.
I mean,
and
he was young when he started these movies, so back then,
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess that's true.
Think of how young he looked in those first movies.
The movie I think got kind of ignored. It got kind of canceled because it's a true story about a family that gets stuck in like a typhoon or something or a
Okay.
flood.
Yeah.
And
Would you say it was an impossible situation?
it was an impossible situation.
Okay.
But in real life, I think the family was from Spain,
Oh.
and so they
Oh.
they wanted to make an English language movie, and so they used white
Whitewashed
people and
it.
English speakers, and like it. And this, I think this came out in like 20. Man,
So Spider-Man.
2012. I was
Oh,
gonna say
okay.
2013. So okay. And so people were like, but the real people weren't white, and people got weird about it. And
Oh.
so like.
He would have been like 15 when he filmed
Yeah.
it.
It was like the Odyssey all over again.
Yeah, but yeah, this movie's good, and it's just them. The family gets separated.
Who's
in
the?
this,
Is Ewan McGregor the dad? Am I making that up?
No, I think that's right.
I feel like I
I'm
remember
looking
this.
at Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
Harry Holland played Kid Intent number 2. If you were going to ask that next,
I
I'll just throw
wasn't.
that out there.
I think I was just thinking of Tom Holland.
Sam Holland was Kid Intent number 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are those Tom's brothers?
Nepo babies.
Yeah, Nepo babies.
Yeah, his brothers. Yeah.
But that movie's like I know people they might put an asterisk on it.
Yeah.
I get it, but like I had a screener link of that movie, and I was just like, oh, I'll watch it. And Chris and I both were like, holy crap!
You know what
This
I
thing's
love?
amazing.
I love when that happens. I love when you find something
Yeah.
that's like floats under the radar, and you're just like, Jesus.
Director? Do you know the director? J.A. Boyena, the guy that directed that second Jurassic World movie with
Boo.
with the monster dinosaurs and the haunted house.
Oh boy, a bad movie.
Yeah, but then the next one comes out and it's about bugs, and you're like, ugh.
Can we go back to dinosaurs?
Right?
The love of Pete.
What are we doing here?
I did that with Pirates. When
the
Pirates came.
Blockbuster exclusive?
No, that was
soft-
not exclusive. Like the softcore
Well, they had a
version
special edition
was
or something. at
exclusive. Yes.
Blockbuster, yes.
No, but like when the first Pirates came out, I remember like seeing that trailer in theaters. I was like, absolutely not.
Yeah, same.
And then I caught it on DVD, and I was like,
Yeah.
holy
I
shit.
I watched it. I said this recently, I don't know, a couple years ago or whatever, rewatched that first movie.
It's so
a
good.
near perfect action movie. That movie never lets up. It goes scene to scene to scene, keeps you engaged. The choreography, the fights, the humor, like it is.
Yep.
I think it's near perfect. That first one.
It's hard to dispute that.
it
They
is.
get worse
Oh,
real,
yeah.
real quick.
yes,
I mean, in retrospect, definitely it seems a lot better. But go back and when you're reminded how far they fell from
Yeah,
that,
right,
you watch that and
right.
you're like, holy crap.
Um,
I only recognize the first 3 Pirates movies. The
Yeah,
4
that's
and
the
5
fourth?
are
There's-
not.
wait, there's 5 of them?
There's 5.
yeah. I own the first 3 on Fandango. I won't even buy the last 2 when
What's
they're on
the
sale.
4th one?
Is that the one
Who's-
with Javier Bardem?
I don't know, man.
I know they just
honestly
they try
did
to
not
make
know there were
they
5
try to
of them.
make Captain Jack the main character, and he's a great side character.
Right.
But when it's
And
him
like
the
a
whole movie,
needs to be a major side character.
oh
but
for
like,
sure. But like
yeah.
when it's just a Captain Jack movie,
Right, no dice.
it's tough.
It's
Yeah.
tough. You know, it's not tough.
Captain Jack will get you high tonight.
Oh,
Spider-Man Brand New Day.
oh, not tough to watch
Not
at
tough.
all. It's a great movie.
I think calling this Eternal Sunshine of the Spider Mind
yeah.
is almost perfect.
There you go.
And
Except he's
have-
not trying to
I
forget.
have my moments.
He's
No.
not trying to forget the other people, but I guess
they weren't trying
on their
either.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That so Marvel. I saw somebody. I don't remember what I was watching, but they had an
Porn.
interesting it was
Pirates.
not porn. No, neither of those
Pirate
are true.
porn.
Basically, they said that like Marvel became
Captain Jack.
yeah.
not anymore.
Dead man's tits.
Real trademark that. That's a T-shirt.
Dead man gets some tail.
They were kind of like the bully on the playground.
Ooh, Bully McGuire.
Bully McGuire.
Bully Elliot.
Bully Elliot.
Ah.
And they needed to get their ass kicked to humble them a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they did for a while, whether it was Captain America, the 4th Captain America, or any of those other like TV shows that didn't take off. Like they got a little too big for their britches
Yeah.
and they got the kicked out of them.
And those britches were made from spandex.
That's correct. And so they kind of had to go back to zero and start over. And they did with the Fantastic Four and the Thunderbolts, and now this. Granted, Captain America 4 is in between.
See, I always forget that one.
There's a reason.
Because I didn't review it, so I went back and watched it later. Right?
Oh,
like,
did you
I
actually end up watching it?
And I did watch it. And it's so it's just a forgettable
it's
movie. Not a bad movie, but like
Just
it's
a bland.
It's bland.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Which
that's
was
not
on Red Hulk one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because, again, I think it gets you back into that Lady Ghostbusters discussion, the one when you're like, well, I don't like that movie. And then it's like, oh, of course it's...
No, that was Supergirl, where we're like, no, these guys are...
But he's like,
but
oh,
it's
it's
oh,
black
I see what
But
you're
it's
saying.
like, it's not, it has nothing to do with that.
No,
I think
I
Anthony
like-
Mackie's great.
He's
and-
great.
I like him as Captain America.
Yeah.
Now give him a good script.
Correct.
I mean, people that listen to the show know that, but if this is someone's first episode, and they see
Right.
three white guys like, oh, of course, Captain
No,
America.
Anthony
4
Mackie
like,
is
he's great.
wonderful
He's
as
great.
that character.
I thought Thunderbolts was great.
Thunderbolts is great.
I love Thunderbolts.
I think
love
Fantastic
Thunderbolts.
Four
It's
was
like
great.
Crystal liked this movie, but she was just like, I won't remember it in a year.
That's wild.
But she's like, unlike Thunderbolts, she's like, I'll remember Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts and the
Which
Fantastic
is why
Four.
they put Yelena in this, because like,
well,
we need
and
to-
I do wonder if she is going to be our new through line. You know how it was Nick Fury forever?
I think she's the leader of the Thunderbolts, right?
She is the leader of
They're
the
probably going to
Thunderbolts.
pop
New
her.
Avengers.
Yeah, the new Avengers.
Oh, I'm sorry, Asterisk.
Yes, Asterisk.
Asterisk.
That's right. So yeah, this is to me like back to basics Spider-Man. He doesn't have Tony's suit. He's got a homemade suit with just like lenses that
Which,
are...
thank you. I just want regular Spider-Man. I don't want high-tech Iron Spider.
He's got all his computers, though, apparently.
Yeah, but
3D
he's a
printers and
genius, right? Like, so he can kind of put
He's
that
always
together
invented
himself.
stuff, but like the Iron Spider and the Stark Tech crap, that's not to me. I want.
I didn't mind that. I think that first suit, that Civil War Homecoming suit,
Oh, it's a great suit.
is a great
It is a
suit.
great
I
suit.
like the idea that it's got like Stark Tech in there.
But it just got two Iron Man. It got
And-
two, and it's like Spider-Man. I want to be a scrappy, street level.
He needs to be with Daredevil and the
Yes.
Punisher and Luke
I was really
Cage and-
surprised.
Speaking of,
we didn't see Daredevil.
he's in. Well, if you've watched the second season,
No, I
there's a
haven't.
reason you don't see him.
No, see, I thought my theory was in this movie. I saw in the trailer that he was in a prison.
Was that order? You think the show?
No,
is-
I thought he was
Oh.
when this in the scene when he is fighting the Hand in the
Right.
prison, and I was like, okay,
Oh, who's
I've
gonna be
watched
there?
all of Daredevil.
Yeah.
The Hand is very involved in that Daredevil TV show.
But I do think it would undermine. And again, not to spoil. I won't go into why and what or whatever. But I think it would undermine what happens in that show because that second season, right? Second Disney season
yep.
is really, really good.
Born
and
Again, if you haven't seen it, Tom, highly
It's-
recommend it.
You got
Like,
watch
it's very
those,
good.
yeah. But,
Yeah, so I did think.
well, yeah, you
Oh,
put
he's
him in
in-
there with the Punisher and the hands there. and you're
Right, I was like,
it's
well,
cool.
this is kind of right in itself here.
Yeah, spoilers. Now we can do that for this movie.
Yes,
Daredevil ain't in this movie.
Daredevil is not in this
and
movie.
that was a bummer because coming off that great show.
And also the cameo in Far From Home.
Well, in the poster, he's stepping on a Murdoch business card.
Oh, is he really?
So it's like I thought it was a layup. Like, oh,
Yeah.
they're teasing. He's going to be in this.
Right.
They did the
He
old
is
bait
not.
and switch.
He is not. And I will address the Punisher in this thing.
You will address him as Mr. Punisher.
Mr. Punisher.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I have seen some people like, this isn't Frank Castle. And it's like, look, when in the comic books, right, you've got the Garth, well, I'll just use this for example. You've got the Garth Ennis Punisher series, and that's doing its own thing. But when the Punisher shows up in other stuff,
Yeah.
he's not the same. Like other
Right.
writers have different. So
Yeah.
like this is just a different. Right. It's like when Daredevil shows up in She-Hulk, and they're like, he's wearing the yellow costume. It's like, yeah, it's just a different version and time of Daredevil. Like
Yeah.
it's not the same.
Do you
God.
wear the same clothes every day?
And I think that this version played by John is also like walking the line of being a PG-13, also kind of rated R Punisher, but he's being thwarted by Spider-Man constantly.
Oh, for sure.
Which is what would happen, you know?
Did you watch that one shot?
I absolutely
Holy
did.
crap.
It was great. It was great. And that's the thing is like I'm a huge fan of that character.
Yeah.
I
think
love-
John Bernthal's great as the Punisher. I think
I
he's
didn't like him initially,
really okay.
but he has figured it out. Like that initial appearance in season 2 of Daredevil, the Netflix Daredevil, I think is when he
I
shows
always
up.
thought it was good. I liked the Daredevil series or the original Punisher series.
And then there's
everything.
2 seasons of that, but he's figured it out, and I think he's
Their
great.
dynamic's great. I think it's
So good.
the fact that Tom Holland and John Bernthal are friends in real life. The fact that John Bernthal filmed.
John Holland.
That's their it's their couple name.
Yeah,
They just-
sure.
The fact that John Bernthal filmed Tom Holland's audition tape to be Spider-Man.
Oh, really?
Oh, is that right?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know they went
He
back
did his
that
like
far.
self-tape. Yeah. He filmed him and he gave him the idea to do the
It's also
backflip
crazy
or
to think
whatever.
that, like, I get the idea of self-tapes, but, like,
sure,
you
sure,
would
sure.
think on these, like, billion-dollar franchises,
Yeah.
they'd throw you a Southwest ticket and bring you in.
Yeah, but it was literally like, hey, who wants to be the next Spider-Man? And then tens of thousands of people send.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they had to sort through the footage and find. And John
Oh, I
Bernthal
would have
said,
sent in a tape.
Yeah, Andrew Garfield's like, what do you mean the next Spider-Man?
Yeah.
He's like, wait a minute.
but I think
This is how I find out.
John Bernthal told Tom Holland to do a flip, and that's why in one of the movies they're like, Spider-Man, do a flip, and that's from his audition tape. He did a flip, and then when the people saw how athletic Tom Holland was, they're like,
Oh, yeah.
we can get a Spider-Man that can actually do these
Do
flips
the
and
Spider-Man
stunts and-
stuff.
It was
Well, I love the fact that, like, it's deep into the movie, but you actually get an entire battle scene where he doesn't have a mask on.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you get to see that it's not a stunt man.
Right.
That is
It's-
cool.
There were the scene when he goes to see Yelena, and he walks out with just his mask on. I was like, that's not Tom Holland, but it is.
It's also the suit is real.
Yes.
Instead of doing the CG motion capture type suit thing, it's like he got jacked for this movie.
is
and
huge.
he's wearing the suit
I
as
mean,
a
he's
real.
always been jacked, right?
but
Like, I mean,
ripped, but I mean he's.
I feel like
his
he
arms
is
are
big
big. Yeah,
in this, and that's
I feel
the
like
thing
he
about
just plays it down. Like,
think
he's
you're right.
Not a flaunter.
I don't think he's ever.
Kind of like me.
Kinda like you? Yeah, right.
But
I don't think he's ever been this.
because your name is Tom. I think
Correct.
it's just
It
what
just
happens.
goes with
yeah.
it, yeah.
But like, you know, because he's been a dancer and super athletic his entire life, and so
it's
But
one
he
of
gained
those
muscle
It's
for
one of
this,
those
not just-
superhero tropes that I think is always interesting. Is like you look at the guy like like the Flash, like yeah, he would look like in real life if that guy's running the way
he's a runner.
He's a runner.
He's going
So
to
he
have
would
a
be-
runner's body.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then so Spider-Man, when using those muscles to swing and all that, like
Yeah.
he would be
Mhm.
like jacked to the gills,
Yeah.
if you will.
Yeah.
Superman wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Because
Lots
his
of
powers
of
aren't based on muscles.
and lots of upper body
Yes,
strength, right?
exactly.
Like, yeah.
But the suit looks really good in this. The new suit looks good.
I also like that he is using a 3D like it's you know, for the longest time it was, if you go back and read the books, it was he's like sitting there sewing his costume
Yeah.
back together.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that he's just got a 3D printer and he's just fixing the suit like that way. I think this suit is probably my second favorite of all of the
It
Spider-Man
looks
suits.
good. The one where like the abs are a different color and then it goes out to the chest. Like it's a good design.
it's very back to basics. Like it's very
Yep.
it's interesting. You look at it and I was like, you can kind of see a little bit of Tobey Maguire's suit. You can kind of see a little bit of Andrew
Yeah, with the
Garfield's
logo
suit.
and everything, they like borrowed a little bit from all
And it
the-
would, but it would also make sense, right?
There's
Because
buddies, there's brothers.
yeah,
met
because
'em.
he's met them now,
So he can
And
use
so
little
he's
things,
gonna
yeah.
he's gonna take the best of all the
Correct.
things and combine them.
Correct.
That is
So my only complaint about all of this, and it's a minor one, but I think it's a fair one because it's mine, and of course my opinion is right.
Of course.
Like what? Where's this money coming from?
That's a good
like
question.
you never see him work.
That is a valid
There's never
question.
any reference. He never like. I really thought at the very end where he's on the phone and he's like, "Are you ready to come back?" I thought he was going to be talking to the Bugle,
Oh,
and
fair.
that is going to be
fair,
come
fair.
back to work.
Yeah.
and
But
it's
J.
like,
Jonah Jameson's not running the Bugle in this one, which is weird. You know, he's running the like Daily Wire type
Yeah.
Yeah.
website. So it's weird because it's like maybe they were like, well, we don't want Spider-Man working for that type of organization, you know, right? Because they play it in a different way where now if you have him contributing to that type of thing,
Well, it's tough
don't
because
know.
it would like that was the whole gimmick, right? Is like Peter would take these outstanding pictures and then Jonah would be like,
it would
"Menace."
weaponize them.
And
Yeah.
and he would Peter would just be like, "Ah, just give me the money.
Yeah.
It's fine. But that is I did ask myself the same question, and I was like, well, maybe they're like, because I think there's one loophole in this movie, and it's a good one because you have to see No Way Home to understand why it is a loophole.
he still has Tony's debit card
That's kind of I was like, I wonder if there is some sort of stipend
thing
or
where he
some-
set him up. To
where he set
keep
him up
yeah.
before.
I would have liked a line of dialogue.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree because it is. I mean, he does have like a the apartment, but it works.
And it sounds like there was originally a very different edit of this film.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, I saw an interview with Tom Holland where apparently they put together an edit. They did a test screening, and then they did an edit where they did all the things that the test screening people were like, well, we wanted to see this, we want to see this, and they put that edit together, and they were like, this is trash.
Oh.
They're like, these people are wrong. Like, like what you want, you don't always want what you think you want.
Right.
And so they're like, we're not going to do that.
You
That's
always get what
interesting.
you want.
Yeah.
You can't.
But if you find sometime, but if you try sometimes, you just might find.
Might find.
You know, on I don't know if it's still like this on the Rolling Stones webpage, if you would type in the address wrong,
Yeah.
like rollingstones.com/whatever, and you would
Yeah.
spell it wrong, it would take you to a 404 page with an embed of a live performance.
No, it would
of
not.
You can't always get what you want.
Is that real?
That's-
It used to be true. I don't know if it's still true or
That's
not.
funny.
But it
I
used
like
to be.
those little
Used to
Easter
be,
eggs
yeah.
on
That's pretty
websites.
good.
But yeah, I would have liked
line
to
of
seen something
Yeah.
to explain what he's doing to support himself.
Because there's a lot of tech.
There's a lot of tech.
Yeah.
I mean, there's rent in New York City, even if he still lives in Queens.
Well, but he is living in the attic that has literal spider webs everywhere. He's like, no one ever goes in here. He's like, perfect. He took
no,
the
he's
crappiest.
living in an apartment. His
That's what I
workspace is in the
Oh,
attic.
he just gave him a.
that's how
don't
I
worry.
took it.
That's how I
Yeah.
took it.
I thought because I was like, okay, he took the cheapest, crappiest. Like no one's
no,
using
that's
that.
that's his workspace.
Okay,
His
got it,
apartment
got
is downstairs.
Got it. Okay.
And I thought that girl was Gwen. When
That
he
would've been
walks
funny.
past, when he walks
Yeah.
past that, and she's like, "Oh, I live in the building too." The blonde haired.
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, that's
There was a moment where I thought they were going to kill MJ, where she falls, and I was like, "Well, this is exactly
Wouldn't
how
that be a
Gwen
little-
Stacy died."
wouldn't that be a
no."
little
I
on the
don't
nose,
think
though?
so because
And
to
then they
me, this
flipped
is the reset.
And then they flip the story,
Uh-huh.
and it becomes, instead of Gwen dies and he falls in love with Mary Jane, it becomes Mary Jane dies and he falls in love with Gwen.
Yeah.
I just the fact that so MJ's not Mary Jane.
But okay,
I know,
But I'm just saying
she
like
is.
Yeah.
I know,
In-
but
yeah.
I just
She's
mean they don't
filling that.
role.
right, but they don't
Yeah.
necessarily have to fill the beats or whatever. Like it's a different.
I don't know. I kind of disagree. I think the love triangle between Peter, Gwen, and MJ is a very interesting because
I don't think they can do it now.
I think you could.
I think
You mean because
I think
Tom Holland and Zendaya are so?
I think because they're a real life couple.
Yeah.
And I think because Zendaya's great in this.
She's so good.
and so likable.
Mhm.
I don't think people want to see it.
No.
I think it would make you think Spider-Man's a dick.
Yeah,
I
then
think
I
what
don't
they
think
could
so.
no. I think that this movie could do that. Where I gotta tell you, sometimes these movies are pretty formulaic, and sometimes they will
What?
hit you in
A
the
comic
dick with a
book movie?
line. And when she's like, "I can understand why this version of this person would love you. I don't love you."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad they did that because
Yeah.
for him to think that just because he has all these memories and you tell this person that and they're gonna be like, oh, I love
yeah.
you. Yeah. No, it was great that they did it that way because it was believable.
But so, for the longest time, MJ and Peter were just friends.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Sure.
while he was dating Gwen.
Yeah.
So the fact that they kind of set this up where it's like they aren't together, she doesn't have those. They are setting. I think they could be setting the table for a Peter MJ friendship, but not a romantic one. But that doesn't
I
make
know.
him a dick, right? Like that makes
yeah,
him like
I just think that's going to be really hard to pull off. I think
it's a will they won't they.
I think the only way they could pull it's too deep into a
Yeah.
will they won't they
Oh.
because they've already done
done the
I don't-
they will.
I
I
don't
think the
think-
only way they could have pulled that off, and now they can't, in my opinion, is if it had happened in this period where she doesn't remember him,
Yeah.
and he can't be with
And
her,
he ends up getting with Gwen.
and he starts
Yeah.
dating somebody else, then that
I can see that.
feels okay.
Yeah.
But so this Spider-Man, let's talk about. So basically 4 years of college goes by, him and his friends, the trio had these plans to go to college and do all these things. And now Peter has to watch it from social media.
In Far From Home, don't they both get the boot from MIT because they are so tied to Spider-Man? Isn't that a part of the movie?
I didn't remember that.
I felt like there was like they didn't get admitted to MIT because they were associated with Spider-Man.
Oh, I don't know.
I could
but
be
the
wrong.
others are
I
at
thought
MIT
there
now.
was
There might have been
something-
I think there might have been a plot point, but I thought it got resolved.
Okay.
It must
they,
have.
they end up going to MIT.
Oh, yeah.
Because isn't there a scene also where like he's really sad because he knows he ain't?
Yeah.
Yes, but the end of that movie is very sad because he ain't got no friends.
Right.
So Ned and MJ are at MIT, and they follow Ned's, or he is watching Ned's social media.
Okay,
and seeing all
pause
these,
real quick. That.
Good Lord.
Well, there's a lot like
I'm just trying to get through the
there's
intro.
on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
When you
Look, I have a colonoscopy prep that I'm doing.
okay. Sorry.
I took 4 Dukalax before we started.
Jesus.
this
Oh, my
podcast.
God.
So normally the question is, will Tom make it through this podcast without peeing? That ain't the question this week.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got
Okay.
one more
When
interjection.
when you watch an Instagram story,
Okay.
people can see that you watched it. So when they say nobody's watching your stories, but Peter is watching the stories, like Ned can see that Peter has seen his stories.
But does he even know what Peter's?
But
he
if
doesn't-
nobody's watching them,
Okay, but
he says nobody, literally, or are they joking
I don't
that
know.
nobody's
look,
watching?
if 3 people download this episode, we're going to be like, nobody's listening to this
Yeah,
show.
that's what I'm
Okay,
saying. I
okay.
don't think
We're-
they literally mean nobody.
We're not going to be like, oh, but 3 people.
So 3
I
people,
feel
yeah.
much better. Wait, there are 3 people on this show. Hang on.
yeah. Now wait a minute.
I think now we're back to nobody's listening.
Correct.
So it's
just us.
it's heartbreaking because Peter is watching
Yeah.
his friends live the 3 of their dream
For
going to
4
MIT together
years.
for 4 years. But also, again, I like how they did breeze through it so we could get to
Yeah.
just real world Spider-Man. Get through the college school stuff, and now it's like Spider-Man's been doing his thing. New York
city
loves
loves him.
He is the hero.
He's
saved-
got a good relationship with the cops.
Yep, he's
Gene, it's Gene DeWolf,
Okay.
who Spider-Man kills. We're putting that out there in the comic books.
Oh, boy.
Spider-Man accidentally punches, like,
Oh boy.
she's really sick, and then he punches her in the face
Oh,
on
That's
accident.
what she gets for being
It's
sick.
it's a whole thing with him and Wolverine. No, wait, maybe Wolverine kills her. I don't know.
Oh.
But she
yeah, I don't remember.
she
that
dies.
one. Okay.
in the comics.
But it's one of those things where it's like a Commissioner Gordon type relationship
Yes.
where Spider-Man and she's the chief of police,
I think she's just a detective.
or she's just a
Yeah.
detective. Okay, but anyway, he's got this really good
a
relationship.
lady chief of police. Come
Hey,
on.
I,
There's
have,
only so much we can be expected to believe.
have you not seen Lego Batman movie? Barbara Gordon is the commissioner.
I mean, but she's Batgirl.
Those are Legos.
Yeah,
No,
that's
oh,
it's not real life.
Well, that is one of the best Batman movies ever made. So seriously, but anyway, so he's got this good relationship, and he's fighting crime, and even the police love him. And he's like, I'm gonna go in there and help and whatever. So like, good relationship overall
Yeah.
with the whole city. But his friends are living this life, and he misses them obviously, and feels terrible. He's seeing them out and about. He's seeing Ned, and what is he? He eventually goes to their apartment.
So there's like a bodega on the corner, which is where he goes and gets flowers for May. And he ends up seeing Ned in the bodega, and he ends up like kind of stalking him a little bit, and like follows him home.
that energy drink thing was weird.
So this is what I
That was
think.
a
Like
weird
there are
scene.
some jokes in here that feel like old school Marvel.
Yeah.
And I think the Staten Island joke to me is the Budapest joke.
Yeah.
We're like, we don't know what the hell happened in
Yeah.
Budapest. We don't know what happened in Staten Island. And then there's another one like towards the end. I will say he's got some quips in here, and I was like, man, that feels like Spider-Man.
I was
Like-
going to say Tom Holland, I think, is an amazing Spider-Man and Peter Parker. He's
Yeah.
the one that has nailed both characters
Yes.
so well. We're like, Toby,
he-
great Spider-Man, but Peter Parker's a little.
My favorite is when he drops the piano on the Scorpion. He's like, let's go out on a high note, and drops the piano. I was like, that's the most Spider-Man joke
Yeah.
that's ever been Spider-Man in a movie.
But Tom Holland has really grown into this role to where, I mean, I think he's always been good, but you watch this, and I think he's finally like, man, that is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I think I've
Yeah.
landed on the fact that he is the best Spider-Man, like overall, to do Peter Parker Spider-Man.
He is.
I just think he
I think
fits it so well.
Andrew Garfield to me is the one. He's the Henry Cavill of this entire like Spider-Man thing.
Like
where
in
it's
the
like,
not great movies.
man,
right.
he should have.
I
He
love-
was Spider-Man.
I love his
like,
performance. I think he's good.
but he was in 2 bad movies.
Yeah, he's a really good Spider-Man.
One bad movie.
I like those movies. Definitely the
that
first
second
is
one
better
is
than
bad.
That first one was
Setting the table.
Yeah.
but like a table we didn't need set.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was solid, and it was like, okay,
We're back in.
I'm interested for 2, and
Yeah.
then 2 was trash.
Do you know that the third one, like his dad was going to be alive?
No.
Like there was a whole thing where the dad was going to be alive. And,
They did it in the comic, right? They were spies or some bullshit.
but like not when
Right.
Dumb.
Peter was. Yeah, but then they were just like, no.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
dead.
they do that with almost everything in comic books.
That's the thing.
It's a thing, and then they take it back.
They're like, never
That's
mind.
just what they do. That's just.
But
They
yeah, that's-
faked their death because they were secret agents.
Yes, in the
comics,
but
yeah.
in this movie, his dad was going to be alive the entire time. It was gonna be so bad, so bad.
How's my brother Ben doing? Haven't heard from him in a while.
That movie might be one of the worst comic book movies ever made.
Yeah.
It's close. It's got to be up there. It's so bad. What can we name him? I don't know. Pete. Oh, we can't say Peter. Never mind.
Yeah, it's bad for sure.
Yeah.
Is
So
it
he's.
Catwoman bad.
Yeah, I don't know about
I think
that.
it's worse than
Like
Catwoman.
Catwoman's almost fun because it's so bad.
No,
but there's
Madam
no,
Web-
there's
Madam
no
Web-
ties to Batman.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's just this weird.
But Madam
Catwoman-
Web is more fun to watch because it's so bad and like shouldn't be that bad.
Boy.
Madam Web you can goof on it, and just totally like Catwoman is aggressively bad.
I think they're both. They are both racing for the finish
I mean,
line.
I know they're both bad, but I just mean like filmmaking wise, like that basketball scene, like the technical prowess behind it. Like Madam Web looks like a
I gotta
movie.
tell
Like
you, that the words technical and prowess would never associate with Catwoman ever.
oh no, I meant to say the Prowler.
It's the second worst basketball scene in a movie.
Remind me of the first one. I'm blanking.
Escape from L.A.
Oh,
Oh,
no, it's not.
no.
No, it's not.
Now, see, that movie is so great because it's like campy.
That movie isn't bad. Like he's making
I never said it's bad. I love Escape from
but
LA.
he's making fun of Hollywood blockbusters in that movie. Like that's what that movie is. He is making fun of.
That's what you need to believe.
It's what it is.
Surfing.
Yes, it's ridiculous.
With
I
Peter
am Fonda.
I love Escape from LA.
Yeah, 'cause it's
I
great.
love it. That's the one where I'm like, Escape from New York is a better movie, but Escape from LA is more fun. I love Escape from LA.
I disagree, but I think Escape from New York is a great movie all around.
Wait a minute. You think
I think
LA is
Escape-
not more fun?
No, I think LA is more like
Escape from LA is Army of Darkness. Like Escape from LA is where
Even
you
has
take
Bruce Campbell in it.
right.
Yeah.
You take the character that's a little more gritty or whatever, and then you go and you
I would agree with
90s
that.
bump it up to the
I would
zany
agree that
fun,
it is the
right?
Army of Darkness
Yeah.
of the two escape movies.
But anyway, back to Spider-Man.
Yeah, okay.
So
So he's
doing
living
his
his
thing.
life. But he encounters this like this tank is out of control. This is where we get the Punisher, where he and Spidey. I mean, that whole scene of him, like, and I think the practical costume makes this so much better because you can see it move.
yeah,
Like
material you
but
can tell is a real.
Yeah, it's kind of like I also like that he's busted up. Like when we see him go home, he's got bruises, he's got cuts because it's not a Tony Stark armor.
Yeah.
Like it's a suit, and he's getting punched in
Yeah.
the face. He and Frank have a pretty great interaction.
Their chemistry is good. The two of them being buddies, in
Which
real
is
life
weird to think.
is-
Like Spider-Man and the Punisher is just one of those weird
yeah.
things that
Yeah.
shouldn't work. But like this version of like the Punisher works in this.
And I love that. I mean, they end up in the end bringing it back to that cover with that famous cover with the Punisher and the sniper rifle.
I have a problem with that.
Okay, well,
I think we'll get
till we
there.
get
We'll
there.
get
But
there.
I like the fact that it's like
I don't mind that it's in there,
Okay.
but we'll get there.
Okay.
So he ends up stopping this tank ends up crashing into damage control.
I did have a little bit of trouble figuring out how powerful Spider-Man is, and maybe it makes sense.
Well, he's
since,
getting
since he
more power.
hasn't embraced his full arachnid
Mm-hmm.
powers and all that. But I'm just like, Spider-Man can do some really strong stuff,
So
but he can't
he's-
stop this tank. Like, what are his powers? What are his strengths?
He is very strong.
Mm-hmm.
He's that's the whole thing about Spider-Man in the books, at least, where people have said they're like, you don't know how how smart he is.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's always kind of not dumbed it down, but he's played it back. There's this whole scene where Captain America in the books like throws his shield and Spider-Man can catch it.
Right.
And so like
That's what I'm saying.
you
I
know.
think he's extremely strong, but they also get into the problem of he's like overpowered. And so I think in this one, the way they combat that is saying like, oh, well, he's super strong, but he has not fully embraced his biology, his
Yeah.
superpowers.
Yeah.
And so it's like he's strong, but he isn't the Spider-Man strength you see in the comics.
Right.
And yeah,
so he ends up fighting, this tank crashes and
it's trying to get to damage control.
it's trying to break out the Scorpion. Who we see earlier. We see Scorpion, we see Tarantula, we see Tombstone, who is the same guy that does the voice of Tombstone in Enter the Spider-Verse. It's the same actor. And then just a bunch of random villains that are all comic book covers, like they're all scenes from the comic book. Boomerang is in there. There's which is just another, not the DC version
Yeah,
of Boomerang.
not
a
Captain
different-
Boomerang.
Yeah, it's a different Boomerang.
He isn't a captain.
The Eddie Murphy version.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
of Boomerang. Yeah.
So he ends up getting them all out, and he rips the door off, and there's an old woman in there. And this is what you see in the trailers, and she kind of makes a comment and tries to jump into Spider-Man's mind, and she can't. And this is the first person that this old woman can't jump into his mind.
I like that this movie kept me guessing the entire time, because even though I had my thoughts about
Did you know?
I didn't know, but I thought, I'm like, well, clearly that's who she is, and I was right. But then I'm watching this, and I'm like, I don't know if that's a power. Like, I don't know.
The way they hide
the whole
her.
time.
I obviously look. I'm just going to say it right now. Sadie Sink is playing Jean Grey.
Yeah.
It's our fourth mutant introduced, I think, into the MCU.
I kind of like how when it was the reveal, it was just like, oh, her name's Jean Grey, and they moved on. It wasn't like dun dun dun.
There was an audible
like, they
gasp
didn't do
in
any
the
kind of
theater.
like.
Well, it's interesting because there's another scene where she says, "I'm Jean Grey."
Yeah.
and I
They
felt
hold.
like they filmed like 2 reveal scenes,
Hold for applause.
and they didn't know which to use, and
Yeah.
then they ended up using them
Okay.
both. Because
Yeah.
I was like, I think I would have liked it better if it would have been when she said it,
Yeah.
as opposed to it just popping up on a screen.
But I
yeah.
just do feel like they said it without much fanfare. I like
Yeah.
that they read it off a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And then, if you know, you're like, holy crap,
Like, that's a
but
big
they
deal.
didn't play it up to where it wasn't like the score was like, or anything,
Yeah, so we've had America Chavez, Kamala Khan,
Kamala Khan,
Namor, and now, to me, Jean Grey, when you introduce that character, like, that is...
I thought Kamala Khan was the first mutant
I think she might be the first one that we see.
that they say is a mutant.
Yeah, she
Okay.
might be.
I'm pretty sure.
I was like, oh, Submariners.
Yeah, so Namor is the first mutant.
Mm.
I mean, he is.
That's funny.
Yeah, so now we've got 4, but Jean Grey is your key to moving forward. I mean, we already know they've cast.
It was funny. I was seeing this with Crystal, and like my crowd had a reaction when
Yeah,
the
of
name
course.
popped up, and Crystal looks at me, and I'm like, "That's the X-Men." And she's like, "Oh, okay."
See what they needed to do.
No,
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
they can't, because then they have to pay Whitney Houston's estate because they ripped off a Whitney Houston song.
Oh,
for
they
that.
did?
Have you never heard that?
No. Well, don't go into it.
I
I'll
won't.
look
But
I'll look up a YouTube
listen,
video.
listen
Save
to
it for the bonus.
listen to the Whitney Houston.
Okay.
They 100%.
Because that riff goes hard.
Yeah.
That is a ridiculously awesome.
Yeah, because
May-
they stole it from Whitney Houston.
Oh.
But they've already cast Samara Weaving. We know that
Mm-hmm.
is she's going to be Emma Frost, which is perfect casting.
Guessing she won't have her accent.
She could, I guess. She probably won't.
Oh, probably.
The gal who the gal from Civil War, the movie Civil War,
Like Jesse Plemons' Civil
Yeah,
War?
yeah,
What
yeah.
kind of
She-
American are
Mary
you?
Todd Lincoln?
no, not that one. But the one who was like following Kirsten Dunst around,
Yeah.
that's apparently going to be Rogue.
Okay.
She's been cast as Rogue apparently, and Henry Milton, I think, has been cast as Beast. So like they're
I
ramping
think
it up.
Giancarlo Esposito is Professor X. I think that would be good.
I think it'd be great.
I think that would be
Do I
pretty
think it
casting.
should be Bill Skarsgård? No, I don't. That's the rumor, is that Bill Skarsgård is
Bill Skarsgård is Professor X? They want someone young
Yeah,
hot
yes.
Professor
Adam
X.
Adam Driver is Mr. Sinister, and it's like I don't like any of those.
Oh, I thought Adam Driver was Magneto. Rumor.
I would be maybe that one,
Yeah.
but
Bill Skarsgård is Professor X.
I don't like it.
Oh, I don't want young
I don't like
teen
it.
heartthrob Professor
Just
X.
go get McAvoy.
Ah,
Like if we're saying it's a multiverse,
I don't
there could
know.
be a Xavier here
I think
that's McAvoy.
Giancarlo was inspired casting.
I agree.
That would have been great.
I mean,
But
great.
anyway, we'll see what happens.
So we find out that Jean Grey is trying to get into damage control for something, for VMAX, which nobody knows what that is.
That Tremel Tillman, who if you've seen Severance,
He's so good.
he's so good. And when you see his character in this, you're like, I don't like that guy. I don't trust that guy.
Well, it's,
he's so
you know-
good at being like, he's charismatic, but it's kind of that.
It's when they introduced damage control, and I was like, these are the bad guys.
Yeah.
We are. There's
But if
no
you didn't
other.
know,
Yeah,
if you
I guess
didn't
that's true.
know, and you just watch this, it's like, oh, that guy seems cool.
Yeah,
you know,
he's like,
but-
thanks, Spider-Man. You're the best. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, why are you being so nice to Spider-Man? So she and
Come have a waffle party.
Peter ends up like he's trying to figure this out. While all of this is going on, his powers are going wonky, and we find out that because we get 2 things. One, spiders evolve, and they shed their skin.
Oh,
into
that scene was great
adulthood.
when he watches that.
And he was
he's
like,
like, no, thank you.
but also like there's hints that they're saying that like your isolation is causing this to happen. Like you're not around, like you being alone is causing all of this stuff.
I feel like that's just a coded message to all the incels.
That's
watching
exactly
this
what
movie.
it was. So he starts to get, he has organic webbing, which I was like, God damn it. Like as much as I like those Tobey Maguire movies, except for 3, the organic webbing is one of those things where it's like, he's a genius. Like let him make his
But this
webbing.
is the best of both worlds,
But
though.
he's also he has spider powers.
You're right.
And like that, what's the first thing you think of when you think of spiders?
Webs
and that
out of their
was
butt.
that was the one thing he had to create.
Right.
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 And so, I'm fine with organic.
I think where we end up is fine.
So
Like,
it was a James Cameron idea,
it was.
and then Sam Raimi took it from that. It was
Correct.
never in the comics, and then now they're
But it became in the comics. Like
right. But
after
it's-
those movies, they were
when
like, we'll take
follow
it.
They're like, yeah.
But like, it's also funny because at the time, like the fledgling internet
Yeah.
hated it.
Yep.
They hated it.
Yep.
And now they're like,
I wasn't a big fan. Like I like
now,
the
and
idea.
now they
of-
like it.
It gives him a little bit of peril, right?
Yeah.
Like he was falling out of the sky and his webs aren't working. Like
when
now
he's
it's
shooting those webs out willy nilly, that was crazy funny. When it's
oh,
just like
actually, the scene that I
thought
liked
that was
is when he's swinging
hilarious.
with MJ and he's just saying, "Web,
Web.
stop."
Yeah,
Web,
he
stop.
keeps saying it.
Yeah.
Like he's
I was
got
hoping she'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
but
I did love when they alluded to it with like the Tobey Maguire scene where he's trying to
And he
test
says,
it out.
"Web, go."
Yeah, I mean that's obviously a clear homage
Yeah.
to that, and it was very funny. But when he's just shooting it and can't control it, I'm like, it's so awkward and weird. He's like, "Stop it!"
The scene that I thought was funny is when he's like grabbing his wrist and he like squirts it out. And he's like, "Oh!"
Because it is gross. Like if you didn't have that, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden it just starts like goose coming
Yeah.
from your wrist,
Right.
like it's just like, oh.
Yeah, that's not where my goose. was
Yeah,
coming
this is
from.
weird.
Yeah,
So he
I
ends
would
up.
have liked some insight into like, okay, but like at some point you're empty, right? Like it,
How
like,
does this work?
How does this work? Does he,
Stays hydrated.
Well, they say in the first one, in No Way Home, where he was like, "Yeah, but how do you do it?" And he was like, "I don't know, I just do it."
Yeah.
And he was like, "But where does it come from? Like what?" And they never actually get into it, but they
Yeah.
actually do sort of ask Tobey Maguire those questions.
So he brings
I have
Flower-
a feeling they're going to be able to ask Tobey Maguire more of those questions as these movies go forward.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a Spider-Man on a different Earth that they see.
That's
I think that's
in
double-
outer space. We don't know what that.
Yeah, but
means.
remember in Fantastic Four when the alarms start going off, they're like, "There's a thing in outer. There's something coming. There's something that I think we'll get into it, but I'm almost
Oh, you
positive.
think Spider-Man's coming back with the symbiote?
I think he's coming back in an Iron Spider armor.
But do you
I
think he's
think-
going to bring the symbiote?
I think it's possible.
And then somehow they're going to introduce. Remember when they tried to tease that Venom was in this
That's my
universe,
favorite.
and the next
I
movie they
love that
retconned
so
it and
much.
never happened.
What was
Marvel's
the
like,
end
pump
of
the
what
brakes.
movie was that where there were?
It was
where
like
Peter
Venom
Parker-
2 or something, right? Or
Oh, was it one of the Venom
and
ones
it
where he
teased
shows
that-
up
Yeah, and then
he gets sucked back?
and then
there
the
was like
third
a little,
one they redid that, so it had nothing to do
Yes,
with
they
the
were like,
MCU.
no, that piece of the symbiote's dead.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
So he's like, his powers are going wonky. His senses are out of control. I thought we were going to get, there is a little bit of a run in the comics where Spider-Man, where his mutation does change and he gets like 6 arms.
Yeah.
And he has to go talk to Morbius about,
Oh, right,
like,
right.
that's the animated series did a pretty great job.
They
of
did.
that.
I like the one where he befriends a small pig,
Spider Pig.
and then
Yes.
they enter the state fair
Yeah, but then
contest.
but then he dies.
And then I mean it was sad. It was sad, but luckily they had cloned him.
They did, correct.
So everything worked
Yeah.
out okay.
So he ends up like, he can't figure this out while he's trying to break this case with this random mystery person. And then he goes to see Bruce Banner, which I think is great. Like, I like seeing Mark Ruffalo when he's got his little inhibitor on. And
Yeah.
I think this movie is really smart because it is setting up the X-Men, like, whether we know it or not, when Peter says, "Can you take your technology and like zero in on certain genomes and like block those?" So like, in theory, he's talking about blocking mutants' powers, which I think is what Tremaine, or the guy that
Tremel Tillman, yeah.
what's his name in the,
Because
because this is a character in the comics as well. Like, this guy
the
is
damage
like,
control guy.
yeah, he's like he's anti-mutant, and I think that the fact that there's this tech out there now that can inhibit mutants' powers is going
Do you
to
think
be.
this is going to lead into like Days of Future Past?
I don't know. That's if they go hard immediately to Days of Future Past, I think that's a massive mistake.
Yeah.
But I think it is setting up the table for whatever X-Men story they want to tell about blocking powers,
sure.
unlike X-Men 3,
Well, yeah,
where
and
like just take this shot and you lose your
Because
powers.
Bruce is like, but who are you to say what you should
Correct.
block and who you are and all that stuff? Yeah, so
Yeah.
it is an interesting conversation. But yeah, so he kind of are introduced to Bruce and the inhibitor thing, and so he's trying to invent. This
And I like them
inhibitor.
together. I like that Peter has all of this knowledge of Bruce, and Bruce is like, "Who are you?" He's,
Yeah.
Ned Leeds.
Ned Leeds.
Who is the Hobgoblin?
Yeah.
Just saying, like, eventually that does happen.
Mm-hmm.
So he ends up like fixing. He makes this chip. All this whole time, this shady character is like invading his life. Finally, this character says, "I'm going after MJ." They have this moment where Peter, as Spider-Man, breaks into MJ's apartment and starts dropping, and she ends up going with him. I think this is one of the most heartbreaking scenes of the movie.
Well, so he sees them when he brings flowers after he first sees Ned, and he's like, "Oh, it's a housewarming gift." And he sees how none of his friends remember him.
Yeah.
Ned's obsessed with
I
Spider-Man, which is
love
a
the
very
fact-
funny.
I love
he's like,
that
"I'm not
when-
a weirdo or
when
anything."
he
I
pulls
just-
back the thing and it's Flash Thompson and the teacher.
and the teacher. It's like,
Oh, God,
and he's
what's that? Martin Starr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is funny when he's like, "You wouldn't believe who the two suspects are." It's like, what? But that was funny. But he sees them and it's heartbreaking because none of his friends remember him, especially
But they remember
MJ.
Spider-Man because there's
Sure,
that whole
sure.
scene where they're like,
They
he
were
was
all
a-
rescued.
Like, why does he keep saving
keeps-
us?
yeah.
and they reference Night Monkey, which I thought was a
Night
funny
Monkey,
little
that was
callback
great,
to
yeah.
the second Spider-Man. Yeah, so he
The Night Monkey suit's on display at that Chicago
Oh, is it really?
History
The
Museum. I
Spider-Man
told you.
thing?
Yeah.
So they're on this rooftop, and she says, I think, they're having this moment. They kiss, and you think that it unlocks everything. And she's, he breaks down. He's like, "I've missed you so much."
Well, yeah. So it seems like MJ remembers,
Correct.
and it really is Jean
And
Grey
when
tricking him.
when the line is, "Go ahead and hold her. I know you want to." I was like, "Oh man!" And like, what did you think? This was going to be Cinderella's kiss, and she was going to wake up and remember everything. And I was like, "That's kind of brilliant." Like,
And this is when she backs off the rooftop, that scene Tom was talking
Yes.
about, and it's the same flashback to what we saw in the last movie, which of course was a flashback to
Correct.
that Spider-Man's.
well, it's twofold. Yeah, right.
Right?
right.
I mean,
It's Gwen falling
right?
off.
They do the head
building.
fake because he saves. So what's
Does
his
not-
Andrew Garfield Spider-Man saves Zendaya.
Correct.
Because it's a flashback to him not being able to save Gwen Stacy. So in this, it's Zendaya
I mean, if he
falling
would have been a little
again.
bit more careful with his webbing, he probably could have saved her. But
Oh,
He
that's
was
the,
new.
that's
No, I
the
know.
age-old thing.
he was new. We're going with that argument again. Superman.
Hey, if it can work for Spider-Man, it holds true for Superman.
Well, if the rest of the script was as good as that one, then yeah.
And finally, he's like, "Fine, like I'll do whatever you want." And she was like, "Go figure out what VMAX is." And then I like the line. It's a throwaway line. We see her for the first time. We see Sadie Sink for the first time, and she says, "Go to Empire State University." And I was like, "Oh, like that's where Bruce Banner works." And I
The
think
VMAX red herring was really good.
I liked that.
I like how they kept you guessing. What is this?
I was thinking it was Venom.
Right.
That's the way.
But
I
man,
mean,
it's a heartbreaking reveal.
It's
when
a
they show
very
you
good
what VMAX
reveal.
actually
It's
means.
very
But they're
good.
chasing this, and Tramel Tillman's character, Bill Metzger.
Yeah.
Whatever. But he is like, he says he doesn't know what it is, but the way
you don't
he
believe him.
But, well, you don't, but also the way he's playing it. I mean, I know he could be lying like everything else, but he does say it in a believable way, I do think, where you're like, oh, maybe he doesn't really know what that is. Like, you don't know what to believe, but
Right.
he was telling the truth for that one.
He
He
was.
literally was like, they keep asking me about this.
So
thing.
Spider-Man takes Zendaya to MJ to Frank. And I like that
the booby traps everywhere.
it's so
He's like, oh,
funny
come
because
on.
that is exactly
Yeah.
what Frank
Yeah.
would do.
He's like,
but I
hey,
like
come
that
into
he's-
my house.
I
and-
like that he's wearing a robe.
Yeah.
Like it is very not this is the comic book reference. It is not Marvel Knights or Marvel Max Punisher. This is Marvel proper Punisher.
And
it's
he
just
lives on a
very-
boat in the books, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is the boat,
Yeah.
boat from the books.
Yeah. Or the sewers, depending on,
Yeah.
the Dolph Lundgren version.
Yeah.
He's just hanging out in the sewers.
Well,
And they have, Peter ends up with MJ's help. Of course, we know. I will say there's also a line earlier where Ned asks MJ if she got the job. She's like, oh, I got the job, but I don't want to work in corporate America. And I was like, she was going to work at Oscorp. Like, that's 1,000,000% where she was going to go. There's, like, you can tell me what, you could say that she was going to work for Stark or the future founder or the
right.
I guess not the Fantastic Four because they're not here yet, but she was 100%. They're referencing Norman Osborn. And I thought we would get in this one the friendship of Peter and Harry. I thought Harry was going to show up at some point.
I do like that this movie focuses on him being a loner, though, right? We don't build up him getting another girlfriend, Gwen Stacy or Felicia Hardy. We don't get Harry Osborn. I do like this is very self-contained because it's a story about Peter's loneliness and what that's doing to his body. And you know what I mean?
They've
it's
opened the door after this one to introduce those people.
For sure. But I do like that this story was, let's give him another love interest. He's just not interested in that. He's saving the world.
He's doing the Spider-Man
right?
thing.
He is Spider-Man. Like Peter Parker is almost a secret identity because he is living as Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh, and he does pay a visit to Yelena in
her office
in a Russian bathhouse. And
thought that water was a little murky.
A little too murky for
murky.
my taste. I love that she's like, go take your clothes off, and he was like, what? No.
Now that is a skin
She's
in
like,
the
this ain't
Spider-Man video
Oppenheimer.
game.
This ain't Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
So if you
yes, it is. Yeah.
There's a lot of references to the video
There's
game.
a lot of
those
references
video
to the video
games
game.
on PlayStation, like the new ones, are really, really good.
Unbelievable.
And there's like a hidden costume or whatever where he's just got the mask, but he's in like Spider-Man underwear. And so I think
Under roofs.
Yeah. So I think that's a homage to that.
But I like that he comes out with his mask on.
He's like, you don't ever take that off.
He's like, no, it defeats the whole purpose of the anonymous.
When he
thing.
goes to damage control, I'm like, what the hell are they going to do? Because he walks through the security checkpoint, and then the lady at the desk is like, you need to take that off, and then all the guys have guns on him.
He's like, no.
I like that, Trammell comes out and he's like, oh, sorry about that, whatever. Because I'm like, how the hell is he going to get out of this one?
Yeah, so Peter ends up taking Zendaya to Frank, and they have a moment where like she helps him fix his mask or fix the inhibitor chip.
Yeah.
So now he's back to normal strength Spider-Man. They have a moment and he leaves.
All the Frank stuff's really funny though. I'm like, I wouldn't eat that chili.
Yeah.
Like all the, I just like, I just
agree.
think the whole dynamic of Spider-Man, Punisher, and then,
I look forward to the day when we get Spider-Man and Daredevil
right.
and Punisher and Iron Fist, like those street level. Maybe not the Iron Fist, but Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. Those guys are all right.
Yeah, we need to
recast Iron Fist a little bit, maybe. But like those street level, the Marvel Knights. Like
that's the stuff I love, and I think why I really love Spider-Man. I just love the street level aspect of it.
Yeah,
the cosmic stuff, and where too much powers. And
it's weird when he he was in space for a long time in the comics, and I was like, oh.
I mean, I know they want to switch it up and do new things, but I always really enjoyed the street level stuff.
Yeah,
that's Spider-Man to me, and
he's at the best.
I think this movie does a really good job of focusing and honing in on that, the best version.
Yeah, I agree, because I mean, all those other ones have all been, with the exception of I think Homecoming and Homecoming and Far From Home were pretty like normal, like he's in high school, but like when they get to Civil, like everything else after that has been very cosmic and magic based.
Right.
This one is none of those things.
So he goes to
damage control, and there's all these holes in the building, and we finally see that Jean Grey has unleashed a version of the Hulk. Initially, it's the one that we've seen before.
Yeah.
And then because Jean has messed with the Hulk's mind, she unleashes the Hulk I've been waiting to see since Avengers.
Yeah.
I mean, he goes full.
His actual Hulk.
He
not
turns into
Professor
the Hulk.
Yeah.
And I love the line where it's an interesting point for the Hulk character, where we kind of find out that like people were like, why is he so small? And it's like, well, now we know is that Bruce was keeping him big, but not what he can do. Because the line that Peter has, he's like, I didn't know he could get that big.
Yeah.
And he's like, he turns into the Savage Hulk, and it's a great scene with Frank ends up showing up and they're fighting. I like the line where he's like, you go after this and I'll go after this. And he's like, you just don't want to fight the Hulk. He's like, yes, that's correct.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
But we keep seeing these flashbacks of what happened to Jean Grey, and it's a really heartbreaking
Yeah.
story. Once she finally talks to Spider-Man and we see what happens, that her sister had the same powers, and Damage Control came as they were both at the park, just messing around, hopping around, showing how she can use her powers, and they come and just abduct her and they do experiments on her, and it's heartbreaking because what we eventually see is once they've got her tied up, we find out what VMAX means.
We find out what VMAX means.
And
they have similar powers, right? Like
Yeah.
Jean and her sister have similar. Now, in comic book lore, Jean is like one of the most powerful. She's an Omega level mutant that is almost unstoppable.
Which is why I think when she freezes that city block, I mean, you see that's just a small part of her powers.
She has started to unlock more and more of her powers.
Yeah.
So they end up like Jean gets into the she ends up getting the Punisher, and she's like, which is also funny because it lets John Bernthal be a little bit of a comedian.
Yeah. So we find out the hand is working for Damage Control, which that's a big red flag.
When he gives that excuse,
he goes
he's
to
like,
the office,
we just work together.
and the hand is walking around like, oh yeah, we found out that instead of trying to fight
they
them,
need a leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen this before when the Foot Clan was hanging out in that warehouse.
Right.
And we see
Never a good sign.
Yeah,
Never
and,
a good sign.
yeah.
They get into into like this safe, or this like safe is basically what it is, and they end up stopping
How do
her.
they stop her? Spider-Man stops her.
Spider-Man stops her,
So
and then Tremaine shoots her with the dart,
and
and then she goes down, and then I'm looking at the time, and I was like, this ain't over.
I know. So Spider-Man like hand delivers Jean Grey to Damage Control.
Right.
They stop her. Tremel's like, "Thank you, Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Great
you're the
job.
best.
The world will be safe now.
We love you, Spider-Man.
Yeah. See you later."
Right. And then he goes back to MJ and drops her off, and this is where this is a heartbreaking scene where Peter accidentally leaves the note that he's been holding on to for 5 years.
Oh, see, when he left that, they show you that he leaves it in a coffee cup or something. It's like, oh, I thought he's carrying around this note in awfully a lot of places. Like that is going to be found eventually.
She reads the note and she was like, what is this?
Did you want me to find this?
And he was like, no, like I didn't. And she has an interesting reaction. I think she's like, you took that away from me. Like you made that choice for me.
Right.
And then as they're talking, she does have the realization that like, he didn't do it maliciously. Like he was just trying to, because May died because of him being Spider-Man. And then we get that scene in Far From Home when like she's got a cut on her face and he knows that it's because of him.
Yeah.
So
you understand his reasons, but also to take away someone's memory of who they are and who they love and all that, that's messed up.
It is.
She has every right
up.
to react that way.
Yes, I agree.
I like that they don't just do some movie trope thing of like, oh my God, thank you for you care about me so much or whatever. No, she's like, she's pissed.
She's mad. But then she does not change her tone. Like that sounds like
I'm also glad it's not just this obstacle to keep them apart forever too.
Right, because she recognizes
that she's like, her initial reaction is negative, and then she's like, oh, but I also get like
why you did what you did.
Yeah.
And she's like, I understand that you and it's I think the line, one of the most gut punch lines in MCU is when Gamora, second Gamora, is walking away and she kind of stops and has a moment with Peter and she's like, I bet we were a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And like, God damn it. Like, and I think this line, while it is gut wrenching for her to say, I don't love you. Yeah. Like this version of me does not know you. I don't love you.
Yeah. Like how could she?
Right. Exactly. I was like, Jesus.
I mean, it's great. The way that Tom Holland and the performances in this movie are really good.
Isn't it weird that this guy can do this, but then he does something like Cherry and you're like,
there's reasons for that. It's not his fault. It's
I guess
not
that's
the
true.
actor's fault.
Yeah. That's fair.
He can do good movies. He's a good actor.
Yeah. I think this guy might be Spider-Man for life. I don't know.
Tom Holland.
Yeah.
He might be the Wolverine.
I think he might be the Wolverine.
Yeah. He says he has plans for how to hand it off.
I mean, unless they introduce Miles.
Did they?
No, they introduced Tobey Maguire. It's Tobey Maguire. We'll get there, but it's Tobey Maguire.
I'm talking about something else.
Oh,
interesting. Okay.
Have we gotten there yet?
I mean, No, it's at the very end.
Okay.
It's at the very, very end.
Oh, you think that's Miles, the little kid?
That little kid.
That's a really good point.
Because the little kid is like looks like he could be the same ethnicity, and they have a moment where they each just stare at each other.
Yeah,
where they do the web thing, and like
that's a really interesting thought that could grow up to.
I could see that.
I have to really jump forward in time though, because he's a little like a 3-year-old or something. He's little.
Oh,
but
you know
doesn't Miles start when he's like 15?
Yeah,
yeah.
So,
I just mean they would have to jump. That's a big.
Or they're just setting the table because like they've probably got Tom Holland locked down for
I guarantee
another
you.
5 or 6 movies.
Yeah.
So they can start telling that.
Well, I mean, look at what they're doing.
story.
We should say like we'll get into it, but they've introduced Ryan Gosling as your Ghost Rider, and they're introducing Jonathan. What's his name? The kid from The Long Walk.
Oh yeah, David Johnson.
He's the new Black Panther, and he's
Panther.
going to be the Black Panther's son.
But he's.
And how long? I mean, that kid in that movie isn't going to grow up to be 30-year-old David Johnson. You know, there's going to have to be a time jump.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see how they do it. I think that's a really good.
But
theory,
I
though.
didn't even think about that kid.
No,
That's
I
a
didn't
good
either.
call.
But okay, so
he's
heartbroken by that. I mean, that's tough.
I think it's another
That's a
great
good-
line where she walks. She's like, "I'm gonna leave," and he was like, "Okay." And then she comes like back down. She's like, "Can you take me home?"
Yeah.
And so he takes her home, and this is when he's like, "Web stop."
Mhm.
Then he is introduced back to Ned, and they have a moment, and they're sitting there, and then we kind of get the 3 of them together.
This is my favorite scene in the movie.
It's hard to disagree. I think this scene is
It's really
brilliant.
good.
Of them just sitting
Hanging
around
out,
talking,
playing Legos, and
putting
and
Legos together.
MJ's
Yeah.
looking at them, and like you can tell it's like she doesn't remember it, but also she's like, this feels right.
Yes,
You can tell that she's looking at it, she's like, this is.
And I have a feeling one of them does remember.
At the end.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
I think it's always there.
Really?
I think I don't know that. I think when we get to the end, I think that's the thing that unlocks it all.
Yeah.
But there's a reason he remembers.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
But it's a great scene, and I do love the fact when she introduced, she's like, hey, or he's looking at his phone, he's like, hey, Spider-Man, it's like he's right here, and he looks up, and she's like,
yeah, I am right here.
yeah. And then at the end when he leaves, and she's like, Peter, and then
He's like,
Ned looks over, Spider-Man's name is Peter.
Peter?
That was a great.
So this is the revelation where MJ says, I don't remember anything. Like when she takes over, I remember being here, but then earlier,
yeah.
What's his name? The
His-
character's name?
Metzger.
Metzger. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Metzger says, because when Spider-Man has Jean, she mentions someone named Sarah, and Metzger says, "What is
She was reading my mind. I was thinking about Sarah.
Yeah, and that
At
was
the
the last
time,
thing
he
I thought
just-
about or whatever."
Yeah.
So when MJ has this revelation, Peter realizes Metzger's lying.
Yeah.
Like this is all wrong. And then we get Jean. This is we now know for sure that she's Jean Grey, the Phoenix or Marvel Girl, whatever you want to call her. She's strapped to a chair, and they are pushing her powers to see how far they can push her powers.
And he's straight up saying like, you'll go further than your sister ever did, and
Right.
she sacrificed her. Like they're just straight up saying,
when he says the things that she sacrificed, and Jean's like,
but she's also like,
you mean
Yeah.
sacrifice?
and but also it's like, are they lying to get to her? Like
Yeah.
you don't quite know at that time, but
then she like
looks
tilts
up,
her head back.
because when they're torturing her to get her powers out and everything, her head's back, and she looks up, and the vent is like V with some words scratched off, Max.
Right. And
she
that's when she
realizes-
realizes what has happened.
Because her sister called out to her, like wherever she was from far away,
Mm-hmm.
and said the words VMAX to her. So she thought, this is super important.
Correct.
But no, she was so stressed and tortured that
I think
like,
she was just remembering
it's the last thing
it's the
that
last
she
thing
saw.
she saw.
Yeah.
And now Jean's powers have started to.
She's pissed.
She is, and I do like that you can like they've got like this brain scan,
Mm-hmm.
and every once in a while you'll see like a pink like lightning bolt in her
Yeah.
brain, and then when she figures out,
Because what they're trying to do, we should say, the whole point of damage control is trying to figure out what the brain of a mutant that
Mm-hmm.
has these powers is doing, so they can try to replicate whatever that is doing and use the
Metzger's like, can you
technology.
imagine putting these powers in the hands of somebody that knows what they're doing with them?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I don't like that line.
But they're taking a picture every time it fires these synapses, whatever the power is doing in her brain.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it's like, picture, picture,
and it's just
picture.
it's just pink lightning, which also
Yeah.
I appreciate because in comic books and animation, Jean's powers are depicted as being pink.
Oh, 'cause she's a girl, Joe.
I
she
didn't
has to
draw
use
it.
pink lightning.
I didn't draw it. I
Uh-huh.
didn't make it up. I'm just saying I like the reference to the books that her powers are
Joe.
pink. But Peter is on his way. Like,
Joe's superpower is the patriarchy.
I mean, by default, I guess.
And white privilege.
That's not my. I didn't do it. It's not me.
So the guy
Peter
that's working.
Peter is already on his way.
Yeah.
And he drops in at the thing at the raft. I mean, it's not the raft, but it's like this prison island. And again, he's got his inhibitor chip on, but like he's quipping with these guys. He's like, "Do you stretch?" I'm like, "I'm older now, so like I have to stretch." And he's like, "What about you?" So
Yeah, it's good.
but
He's a
then
great Spider-Man.
Kicks the out of all of them like with no problem.
Yeah.
Doesn't
kill them.
does not kill them because he's
He's
hero.
not Superman.
Because he's not
only
DC,
Superman.
Yeah,
Famously, and Batman. Superman famously, Batman famously kills. Yes.
not the new ones. The stupid Zack Snyder ones. Superman saves a squirrel. That's all I'm saying. He saves everybody. So he gets in there, and Jean at this point is like, "I know what you did," and her
Last
powers
summer.
are off. That's right. Or still know what you did.
I was talking about Venom at the box office.
We'll talk about that at the end because this is crazy.
So Mesker's like, pull the plug on this
He's
thing.
like, "I can't."
And his dude is like, I can't. And he's like, no, I can't let you. Like,
Right.
like for this research. It's
And
too
then
important.
he lets it. Jean ends up stopping time
Yeah.
in a massive. And Frank is like
And then flies around the planet backwards.
Yeah.
backwards and reverses time.
But
yeah.
not only does she freeze everybody, but it's like they're still in their body, like
Yeah.
without control of their body.
I did see something online where there's a scene where MJ is crying and they think that like Jean doing this kicks the memories loose. And I don't think that's true.
Oh, that
I-
would be interesting.
I don't.
You think she's just like freaking out because of what's happening
Yeah.
to her, like a natural
yeah.
reaction. But you see Ned too is like, you can tell he's in there.
Well, the problem with that theory, though,
Mhm.
is that why wouldn't it kick the memories loose for everybody?
I agree
Because
with you.
everyone has forgotten Spider-Man. This wasn't Zendaya was not singled out.
No.
No, but
for
by the
this.
end of the movie, the fact is that Jean may have shaken things loose because I don't think the handshake broke the
No.
memories loose.
Okay. You know what? He's
think Jean-
magic. He's magic.
He's magic.
Ned can do magic.
Okay.
So I think that the handshake breaks.
Was a spell?
No, I think the handshake breaks it loose because Ned is magic.
So you think it's just Ned?
I think it's just
I was
Ned.
thinking maybe Jean Grey being in their heads did do something. And remember, Ned and MJ were both frozen together at that time. So if Ned has it shaken loose,
I
then
think
MJ has...
think because we saw Ned use the sling ring,
Okay.
and we know that he has the ability to be like use magic.
Okay.
I think the handshake kicks everything loose because maybe the spell didn't take the same way to Ned that it did with it because he is able because Zendaya can't use.
Do you think Ned you think Ned genuinely doesn't remember until then, right?
Yeah. I
Okay.
think so. We'll see.
I don't know. I think the theory is that I like the theory that Jean Grey being in their heads messed things up.
Well,
with
we
the
know that it
spell.
messed up Bruce Banner, right? We know that it broke something loose in Bruce and turned him back.
Right.
And I was kind of bummed that my theory wasn't right about that.
About what?
That the Hulk was going to remember who he was.
Oh, right.
But and I think there is a moment because when he's full hulked out, he's got Peter like around the throat.
It's about to like
and
crush his head.
and he says, "It's Peter,"
look-
and the Hulk like kind of pops up.
Oh, it's the first time you can see his eyes through the lenses too, which is
I
really
do like
cool
that.
about this suit.
Yeah.
Because
But he
it's like
says,
he's
says,
in there.
"I'm your friend Peter."
Yeah.
And the Hulk kind
And
of
he
like
stops.
steps back. So I do
He
think
does.
the Hulk maybe remembered who
But
Peter was.
also because he's been broken loose. Like I think that's a clue that all of them have had their memories jogged loose by
I thought
whatever
it was
Jean-
because Ned was magic.
It's a good theory,
Yeah.
but I just think that it leads up to with the Hulk and
But then
Ned, and then maybe MJ's
Wouldn't
gonna
Ned
remember.
have Ned seemed to really not recognize him in
That's
that
what I
final
mean.
scene,
Why would
so,
the
like,
handshake have done
Oh, I
something?
think the handshake when he does the handshake. Now you could take him saying Peter
Yeah.
as like you're the guy from the party, or Spider-Man's name is Peter.
Oh, he remembered him.
But I think,
for sure,
it's the spinning. You can take it however you want.
he
I
for
think,
sure remembered him when he says that.
I think
Yeah.
it's the handshake that unlocked whatever.
Okay, I mean, we'll see. We'll see
Yeah.
in the next one. It's an interesting theory for sure. I just think with the rest of the ones remembering him, like,
I'm just saying, I predicted David Cornsweet.
oh well, there you go. Well, then you're
Along
right
with
about everything.
everything else
Joe
that
is right about everything.
This movie's gonna tank. I don't know what's it gonna.
So-
This movie did not tank.
No,
by
this
the
definitely
way.
did.
No,
This
this-
broke the
Holy
record.
shit.
$74 million Thursday night screenings.
That's
Thursday
crazy.
night in quotes,
It
but still
did. It
Thursday.
did more than Endgame in its
Yeah.
opening weekend.
Yes.
Yeah, I just refreshed Wikipedia. It's already made $356 million.
That's wild.
We talked about it and how Spider-Man. I mean, that is an AAA, AAA plus tier character. And
I don't know that they have another. I guess maybe if they did I don't know. I was thinking like a solo Wolverine movie, like an MCU Wolverine.
I think Spider-Man, because Spider-Man's the one that, I mean, I know there's Blade and then X-Men was popular, but Spider-Man was the one that really kicked off the popularity of these superhero
he's also
movies.
basically the face of Marvel.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Spider-Man's the guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the fact that it like just him by himself,
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah.
That's
why Sony will never fully give the rights away. You want to keep making these movies? We'll take that box
Just
office,
as long as
please.
they don't get stupid and think that they can write one of their own.
They
'cause
tried.
They cannot.
Nope,
So-
they can't. They can't at all. So Peter gets to Jean and he tears through. I think this is the scene where we get.
So at the prison, he's fighting the hand.
Yeah,
So they're all
and
there. Really cool scene.
It's
I mean,
it's a great scene where he ends up. Jean basically, she's controlling the hand ninjas, and he breaks his
but
inhibitor
it's like some
chip.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it didn't look. Not I'm saying that it looked like wire work, but the way they're moving is in that tradition.
Crouching spider.
Crouching spider.
Yeah. But it's that type of. They're like
Hidden
flying
Craven.
through the air. Yeah.
Crouching spider. Savage Dragon.
Oh, those are
Oh.
two different universes, though.
But they both were drawn by Eric Larson.
That's a good point.
So
That's a
there.
good point. That's very good.
But great fight scene, and they're kicking his ass. They've got Spider-Man.
They've got him dead to rights, and then he ends up taking his inhibitor chip off.
This whole movie, he's trying to hide who he is and not embrace the powers taking over because he's scared of the change and what that means and blah blah blah.
When they were trying to put the inhibitor on the Hulk, I turned to Crystal and I was like, this is like when we have to give Twix a pill.
Yeah, no kidding.
I love when he's like, "Why is your skin so
yeah.
tough?"
But he eventually realizes he's got to embrace what he's the person he's becoming. And
She gets into his head and says, "Who are you, the Spider, or are you Peter Parker?" And he says, "I'm both."
Yep.
And he ends up like he's had like these black eyes
Yeah, like
when he
this-
goes full Spider,
Yeah.
and the eyes clear up, and all of a sudden he just I
he's
think
kicking their ass, but he's also saving them, right? So that's the part where he's
Yep.
both. It's just really cool because it's like you see he's about to kick one of the hand onto like a metal bar that would go right through them.
Yeah.
And at the last
but
second.
also they're zombies. The hand are zombies. So
Okay, but he's not a killer. They don't want to show Peter just killing people
That's
as
true.
fodder, whatever they are, right? You gotta. That's what's great
Okay, but
about
they've
Spider.
also all seen him without his mask on.
kill them all.
Ah! Had to be done.
Had to
Just
be done.
But so anyway, he's kicking their ass, but he's saving each one of them using his webs to.
I think the scene that I think is great is he jumps in the air and he ends up like pushing his wrists together and he moves them. So it's like he's changing like the flow of the webs.
Yeah.
It's like a tornado web.
Yeah, but like it's not like he's like thwipping. He figures out that if he just puts enough pressure on it and changes it,
Yeah.
like it just changes the
like a
entire
cyclone
web. Yeah,
web,
exactly.
It's a really cool
It's
visual.
very cool.
Visually very
It's
cool.
very
Well,
very
he
cool.
hangs out with Doctor Strange all the time.
That's true. He's like, look, you could do like this,
Yeah.
and Ned can do magic.
I've heard.
Yeah.
Rumor has it.
Yeah. So this entire part of New York City is blocked off. Frank, being Frank, is like, I got to stop this now. And he's set up far enough away with a sniper rifle because he's the Punisher and he's got
But he's also not wrong. I mean,
He's not
I mean,
wrong.
at this point, okay, I know we all love Jean Grey and X-Men, and she's going to be a good guy, whatever. Jean Grey's doing some really bad, dangerous stuff.
It's
right?
dangerous,
Like,
but she hasn't hurt anybody yet. You know what I mean? Like it's not like it's
she
not.
almost killed Zendaya if she didn't get saved. I mean, she is doing stuff that could easily. She almost got that cop killed fighting with Peter, right?
Uh-huh.
Like she's.
But she's not. She is not like she's not irredeemable. Like if she were to
Well, right at this point,
if she
she's
would have
not,
killed,
right.
if she would have put Zendaya and Zendaya dies in that scene,
then she's
it's
a bad
really
guy.
hard to be a good guy.
Right, and it's like she's Jean Grey. She's not going to because they got to make
But
her.
this
a good
isn't
guy.
Jean Grey yet. Like she is, like, you know what I mean? She's not part of the X-Men
But
yet.
she can't if she's going around murdering people.
Correct.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
But Frank doesn't know what she's going to do, and now she's got a mile city block frozen of people,
Right.
and she's almost killed people multiple times. So it's like Frank's trying to be a hero and stop this.
Yes. So Peter ends up getting to her, and she's got Metzger like surrounded by glass, and Peter, being Peter, says, "If you want to get in, like to my head that you've been trying to do, go ahead."
Yeah, the whole movie she's not able to get in, and she's gotten in to see a glimpse of like Peter and May, and then she gets pushed out.
Right.
But he's like, "Fine, go in.
Go ahead. And she has this and it's May basically like, "Man, this is tough." Like, you know, and
This is a really good scene.
you gotta
It's
love seeing Marissa Tomei.
always.
She's great.
That you do.
Yes, you do.
But so the scene is his memory of after he first gets his powers, and she finds out he's Spider-Man.
I don't know. He's wearing the Iron Spider suit, so it's after that.
Okay, but so it's like her giving him a talk.
Yeah,
and,
like
and
this
so,
is going to change.
and-
Things are going to move
Yeah.
very fast, and you're not going to expect it. And then
So Jean sees this memory, but then gets to live it from his perspective, and
Mhm.
she's talking to her
right,
in the memory. It's a really good scene.
and then Peter switches places with May and is like, "Look, I'm with you.
We
Like,
both lost
I'm,
people. I understand.
I'm here with you. Like,
Yeah.
you're not alone. I'm here." And then she ends up coming out of it, and she drops the glass or whatever. And then again, while they're in the memory, Peter his Spidey sense is still working, and he hears the click of the gun and the gunshot, and he spins, and he knows what's going to happen, so he spins. And I thought it still got Jean, but he's like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And she like pulls her hand back, and he's like bleeding out.
And then when he's on the ground, there is a pool
That's
of
what I'm
blood
saying, like,
that
there's blood
surrounds him. I'm like,
everywhere.
holy crap.
So in the comic book story called The Other, he does die, but then his body acts like a cocoon, and we get a new version of Peter breaks out of this cocoon, and he's got the organic webbing, and he's stronger. That's what I thought was going to happen.
I thought it's a
It's
stretch.
it's such a strange, like, it would be like
Crazy
David
for them to
Cronenberg,
do
The
that,
Fly, if they were to pull this off.
I didn't think they were going to, but when I saw that much blood, I really thought they might do it.
I
And
was like, we're going to get a new Peter, not a
Not a
Tom
new
Holland,
actor.
but
him
like,
reborn.
he'll have the organic webbing. He'll be stronger. His senses will be different.
It was interesting. It was a weird.
He'll adopt a farm pig.
Correct.
Yeah.
Take them around, and then he'll die again.
Yeah.
So this is the scene from Civil War, the comic book. So in that comic book, Peter ends up coming face. One of the things is Peter reveals his identity. That's a real thing that happens. Is he's like, "I'm Peter Parker, and I've been Spider-Man since I was 15." And Jameson's like, "What the?" So now that his identity is out there, he ends up getting attacked by villains that aren't his, and he gets like he's gonna die. And the Punisher does save him, and then like walks him into a hospital and says, or maybe he walks him into like Captain America's bunker and is like, "This kid's in trouble," which is also a funny line because
the fact that he's in a hospital and with his mask off,
but nobody knows who Peter Parker is.
but there's just a lot of people taking care of him that have to fix him up.
You mean like all the people on a train when Tobey Maguire's walking around without his mask on?
That's true.
But like they know he's Spider-Man because everybody's outside the hospital.
That's true.
So
Yeah,
all the
waiting for
workers would know
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is this kid. I don't know. It's an interesting.
HIPAA.
it is HIPAA.
That's what I think. That's what Katie said was that they can't find out who he is because it's HIPAA, protected. But anyway, I do like the explanation though here. I do like the fact that he
It's
finally.
HIPAA with 2 P's instead of 2 A's for Peter Parker.
Peter Parker.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
Health
I-
insurance, Peter
Parker.
Act.
So I like the fact when he comes out of it, he's clearly been out of it for a while. Frank's been there by his side, feeling terrible about what he did, and then you see Jean Grey on a bench that kind of like snaps out of it once he awakes, and he's like, "She's been here the whole time. Keep breathing for you."
Yeah,
so
keeping
she
you
took
alive.
over him, keeping him alive, like life support the entire
Right.
time, which is a really cool thing. Like Frank saved him, Jean Grey helped save him because they're both responsible for what happened, and
Well, Frank more so, but
Jean caused it all.
I agree. I'm not
She's-
disagreeing. Yeah.
She's the first domino.
Yes,
yeah, and I'm not
correct.
I'm not saying that she shouldn't be mad. I know they did terrible things to her sister, but she also could have gotten a lot of people killed or hurt very badly.
I want to know what was in that room. When they go in that lab, there's like a thing in a jar,
Oh yeah,
and she's like, "Whoa." And
Yeah,
I was
what
like,
the-
what is that?
What is that? I forgot.
You
about
don't. Marvel does not show things like
Right.
that
Yeah.
unless it's something.
that was a weird.
Yeah, I was like,
creature
is
in
it
a jar.
Carnage? Like,
That
what are we
was,
doing?
I don't know. But anyway, so it's
Can't
like
be Carnage because there's no Venom.
We don't know there's no
yet.
Venom yet.
I
Maybe there
think-
is.
I think we.
I do think that coming from space in the Spider-Man in space, I think he's got to be coming to Earth with the symbiote
I don't know.
to bring Venom in, a different Venom, a new Venom. He's got to be
Good
bringing
Venom.
Yes,
Yeah.
oh, that is
Alan
has to be.
Richardson's like, I could be Eddie Brock.
Yeah, like a Topher Grace Venom.
Oh my god.
Better than the.
Better than Tom Hardy.
Those movies are so
They're
bad.
so bad.
So anyway, so she walks away.
Yeah, she walks away, gets on a bus. I assume she's going to upstate New York.
to Xavier
to
School for
Xavier-
Gifted
yeah,
Youngsters.
correct.
Yeah, I really thought that was going to be our post.
I can't believe
I
that
did-
wasn't the post credits.
I can only so D23 is in what 2 weeks?
Is it happening right now or it's soon?
I thought it was like the 14th of August.
Okay.
That's where we're gonna get. I think if there was anything
Oh, cast
filmed,
reveal
I think
or
we're gonna get a
something?
cast
Okay.
reveal. I think all that. Yeah.
Makes sense.
I also don't think we're gonna get a Wolverine.
Okay.
I do not think we're gonna see
You think Hugh
Wolverine in the
Jackman's
MC.
going to do it until he's 80?
I don't know. Like, I don't know.
That's going to be hard to recast, but at some point,
They're
I
gonna
mean,
have to.
physically, you just
Give me that kid from Stranger Things.
which
The
kid from Stranger
the
Things?
brother, Sadie Sink's brother, the guy that plays Sadie Sink's brother.
I don't know. I don't remember.
He was Billy, or no, he was Jason from the Power Rangers
Oh, okay.
reboot.
Yeah.
I think that kid would be pretty fun.
Okay.
Yeah. So he
You don't want Scott Eastwood anymore?
no, that guy's terrible.
I always thought he was terrible too.
Yeah, he had moments. He was good in like when he wasn't the lead actor in something. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
look at that guy. That's
Yeah,
fine.
he's bad as in those Fast and Furious movies as Mr.
Oh.
Nobody's little helper.
But isn't the reveal that he's Paul Walker's brother?
Mm-mm.
No,
I
that
don't
make
think
up in my head.
I
Okay.
think that's your fan. It's your slash fic, Joe. I don't know.
Yeah, so everything is going back to normal. Like Peter can walk out of the hospital. Frank puts on the mask and he does a little.
That was really funny.
Yeah.
Again, those two are great together.
Yeah.
And yeah, he walks out and I'm like, holy crap, how's he going to get out? Because it's like they're all with their Spider-Man signs and dressed up. We love you, Spider-Man. And then one kid walks out and he's all beat up. I'm like, that's
Right.
crazy. But the curtains open up and it's Frank in the mask doing like, yeah. And you hear his grunts.
Yeah.
So funny. So freaking funny.
And then, like Tom said, there is a moment where a kid looks over at Peter and he agrees and does it back to him and then kind of walks away.
What if we would have shot a web right in the kid's face
I
and
know
knocked
he's
him
still,
off there?
he still doesn't have control
And
of
he's
it
like,
yet.
yeah, I gotta run.
Bye.
But that's funny.
Yeah, and then he goes back. He's going to buy flowers, and he sees Ned, and he's like, "Hey, Ned, I'm Peter. Like we met at blah blah." And they do the handshake.
But at that point, I don't know how he doesn't put it together because he's like, "Oh, you're flower guy,"
Yep.
and then he knows that Spider-Man's name was Peter. You think that it would
He
just
doesn't know. Oh yes,
Yeah,
you're
'cause-
right. He does.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just figured before that something would have clicked. But
I don't know.
anyway, he does the handshake and just knows how to do their secret handshake
correct.
from the other movies.
And he looks at him and he just says,
He's
Peter.
Peter?
And that's how that ends.
so it's like, so that in my mind, I'm like, well, if he can remember, that means MJ can remember.
Can, but will she? Like, I think the
that's what they're setting up is the spell is going
Yeah.
to be broken.
Yeah, and then the movie ends. There is no mid-credit sequence.
Nope.
It's all the way at the end. And we know that Ned has created the spider tracker that tracks the movement of Spider-Man. And then that little thing pops up and it says a new Spider-Man has been detected or a new sighting has occurred, unknown. And
But
then
they
it
don't.
keeps
But the
moving
little
it.
Spider-Man doesn't disappear.
Does not disappear.
It stays in New York and it pans to space with
Space.
another Spider-Man. So
Correct.
it's like, another Spider-Man of some version is coming.
I think it'll be Tobey
Madam
Maguire.
Web.
Oh my God.
So you think it's Tobey Maguire hitching a ride on the Fantastic Four's ship? Because
No, I don't.
But the end of Fantastic Four,
The end of Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts, is the Fantastic Four coming to this Earth.
Yes.
So it's like that's got to be the same
I don't know.
thing, I would think.
I don't know.
I think
Like,
it's him hitching a ride on the Fantastic Four ship with the symbiote.
Or it's just the symbiote. But I guess the symbiote doesn't.
Oh, that wouldn't be Spider-Man though, because
But
it wouldn't
the-
have
but-
had his DNA. yet.
Correct. You're right. It doesn't turn into Venom.
It would have to merge.
It would have to merge.
Unless, like, oh, and by the way, the symbiote, it met Spider-Man, it merged with him. Now it's a Venom. Like, that'd be weird.
I think it'll probably be Tobey Maguire. He might be
Why
in
do you
Doomsday.
think Toby? I'm curious.
I don't like to. I think that's the one they could kill. I guess they could kill either one of them. I think he's gonna die.
More popular one.
Yeah.
So I guess if you were going to
I
just
feel like Andrew Garfield's popularity shot up tremendously after the last Spider-Man.
For sure.
movie.
I agree.
I think people reconsidered his Spider-Man performance and were like, that was not his fault.
No,
was
because
not.
he's so good.
He's
He
great.
is great in those movies. It's the movies that weren't up to par.
Yeah.
Right. With the villains, too many villains. Problem they have a lot. That second one just had all the villains. And,
I also think Andrew Garfield's easier to work with.
oh yeah.
I think
Tobey
there's some
Maguire.
truth. There's
Tobey's
some truth to
famously
that.
a
for
jerk.
Yeah,
sure.
and
Yeah.
so I just feel
Andrew's younger.
So you're saying you think it's Andrew Garfield?
if they were going to pull in one of the two,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's probably Andrew Garfield.
It could be either one.
I feel like he's easier to work with. He's probably less expensive.
And honestly, we
because
know
Toby doesn't need the money.
No, that's
I mean,
true.
I think Andrew Garfield's doing fine too.
Yeah.
But no, Toby's loaded.
And
though.
I think
Yeah.
if you're going to introduce the symbiote, I think Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man does have a line where he's like, I got real dark when things after Gwen. So like you're kind of setting up that like the symbiote could easily attach to Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man
Yeah.
and say Andrew Garfield lets it happen and maybe doesn't pull his punches, if you will.
Yeah.
So this
There's
mov-
another Spider-Man coming. We don't know who it
Yeah.
is, but I think we'll see him in Doomsday? I have seen in that entire trailer, you don't see Spider-Man at all in that Doomsday trailer. Do I think they might save him for Secret Wars? Possibly.
I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be in there somewhere.
He might be.
Yeah. So this movie's directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, who directed Shang-Chi and
One season of Wonder Man.
and some episodes and created Wonder Man, which was an incredible, one of the best Marvel shows ever. And then the week of this record-breaking movie's release, they announced, that show that we already renewed for season 2, we're not anymore.
Yeah,
Which
canceled.
is just so crappy. Wonder Man was so good, and this guy was involved in it. I just don't know how those two things go together. You
I
would
don't
think
know.
if he has this great show and he makes this movie that's going to
Marvel
make you...
kind of took it's twofold, right? Marvel kind of takes one on the chin this week where they announced that Blade's not happening. Marsha Ali's like, I was
Screw the
cool to
pooch
do
on
it.
that, yeah.
They didn't want to do it.
And Feige said, like, hey, we really messed up. He admitted, like, we had Mahershala Ali, who's a great actor, but he said we didn't have a story and we didn't want to just put one out to put one out. So, like, I get why they didn't, but they also could have probably spent more time developing it.
I don't know. They could have spent more time to they announced him 2 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. No, they had the time.
Oh.
What I mean is, like, if you say you didn't have the story, I think they had the resources to come up with the story.
Yeah.
They didn't prioritize it, and the contract's up, and now Mahershala's like,
And
I got to do other stuff.
I
so.
don't think he would come. I mean, it sounds like he's kind of peeved the way everything
does.
went
He
down.
sounds like he's
Yeah,
like, I was
I'm
game.
sure.
But
We know that we've got Sean Levy and Ryan Gosling are doing Ghost Rider. Sean Levy says, I'm just going to hitch my wagon to 2 Ryans.
I was going to say, does he
and
only work with Ryan?
Just 2. Just 2.
Bodes well for your son.
Yeah, see? He's
That's
next.
true. That's true. We've got a new Black Panther.
Black Panther 3.
So
It's going to be filmed, exclusively on 70 millimeter?
Yep. Man, that's so funny because Coogler's like, I just won an Oscar, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to do you want me to come back? That's fine.
Oh, yeah.
I'll come back, but we're doing it this way.
Yeah. He's got so much heat around him
Yeah.
right now. I mean, he can do whatever he wants. So you want to lock him in?
Cool.
And he's like, I'm going to do some creative stuff. I'm
Yeah.
not going to do this cheap.
Nope. And Feige's like, okay,
Yeah.
I guess. We've got the X-Men coming. So they take, canceling, I think Wonder Man is a mistake, unless they didn't have a story. Canceling Blade is a mistake. And then they're just like, I know we just canceled Blade, but here's Samara Weaving as Emma Frost. Like, the X-Men are coming, right?
Yeah. I
Look
don't know,
over
that
here.
Wonder
Don't look
Man,
over here. Look
Wonder
over here.
Man was so good. And
Sorry, we canceled Blade. Here's a white.
Here's a
girl.
white
Yeah.
girl.
Well, and Wonder Man is
Yeah, also
Abdul Mateen
Mateen.
the second.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's wild this movie is making as much as it is.
Yeah, when I said it made $355 million, that was domestic.
Yeah.
It's estimated to do another like 550 internationally, so it's going to do like $875
Week
million
one.
dollars
Week 1.
week one.
That's wild.
Yeah.
There has been talk of the superhero fatigue, and I think Superman did more than we thought, right? It's the reboot. Supergirl did way less.
It's not is good.
Agreed.
Sorry to say.
I don't
It's just
disagree
not.
with you.
It just
good, yeah.
wasn't. Unfortunately, I had high hopes for it coming off of that Superman, but again, it wasn't James Gunn. It was James Gunn producing.
I also, I think this might be a poltergeist situation.
I think it would have been better. It would have been better.
Oh, interesting.
I think
Okay,
there's
okay.
there's no evidence that, I mean, if James Gunn was in there doing his thing, I think. Now, I did hear that he changed some song selections and stuff as a producer and the head of the DC. I know he's going to have some
input, but like
to try to save it.
If
but
he was
like,
the super secret director, that would have been a better movie.
it would have
don't
been
disagree.
a way better movie.
And I think Marvel has figured out, they were pumping things out, not just in theaters, but on TV. It was like every other month you were getting some new project. We don't have anything now until Doomsday.
They're back on track
They
for
figured-
sure.
yeah.
It's a shame, I think, the things that they have canceled, but I mean, let's say hopefully what keeps coming out is this good. I mean, they did it right. They did this one right. They didn't listen to test audiences or whatever because, audiences think they know what they want, whatever. And Tom Holland and Destin put their foot down and said, no, that's not the creative way we want to go. And look, it's made buku bucks. And
it's like, I think this will be like a repeat view. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to have a drop, obviously, but I don't think it's going to.
Super Troopers 3's out next week.
You're right. What was I thinking?
Yeah.
But I also think giving the Odyssey its space was the right thing to do.
Absolutely.
And now, you've got another, I don't know.
No one would have been able to hear the dialogue in this movie if Odyssey was still in
That's
theaters.
true.
I mean, I know it's still in theaters.
Odyssey
but
made another $50 million. Which
I mean,
is,
good for it.
for week 3.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
What does that bring its total to?
Oh, geez. I don't
Pull
know.
out your abacus.
Yeah, let
The
me
old
look.
abacus.
Oh, an inside
Dust
joke.
it off. An inside joke.
Sorry.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. It is up to $721.6 million, a total financial failure.
Totally failure.
Although it is crazy
$750 million in 3 weeks.
that's an amazing number, and
Spider-Man did it in
outdid
4
it
days.
week 1. Yeah, 4 days. Yeah, that's crazy.
God, though, that movie. I mean, I'm so happy the Odyssey.
Of course.
But what it means is that if it wasn't already a sure thing, Christopher Nolan gets to do whatever the hell he wants for the rest of the time. Like, he's going to keep making these big budget
What do you want me to
practical
do next?
movies.
James Bond? Nah.
Yeah.
That's Denny's.
Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. No, I think this is great. I think this is
it's
a
good.
return to Spidey. Like, it's good to have
Top
Spidey
tier
back.
Marvel.
Top tier Marvel.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
good, but I think I'm still like lukewarm on Marvel overall. They got to keep it up, I think I've just kind of been burnt out enough, and it has been so for so long that I'm like, this was really good, but I didn't come out being like, yeah, that was awesome. It was good.
If
but
Doomsday doesn't make $1 billion, I think that does not bode well.
yeah, we just
That
got
movie should make and I don't, that movie seems really
I think
weird.
It will. I think they're setting it up to have a lot of people in it. I mean,
I don't think that Steve Rogers is in the trailer.
but either way, RDJ is in it. Chris Evans is in it.
Unfortunately.
All these X-Men are going to be in it. Spider-Man's going to be in it. I mean, it's
The old X-Men, which I don't think they're going to last long. I think they're dying real quick.
yeah.
Yeah, I think they're going to kill all of them. Because they're like, hey, we got ours now. Kill those guys.
Maybe Gambit, maybe Channing Tatum.
Channing
Gambit
Tatum
can just
might
stick around.
make it, but I don't
I don't
think
know who
anybody
else you're
else.
going to get to be Gambit and be that good.
Go back to Taylor Kitsch.
No, we're not going to go back to Tatum.
Should have worked.
That should have worked.
Should have worked.
That should have
I
worked.
know.
But it didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tim Riggins.
Yeah, Tim Rick. Oh,
John Carter, thank you very
by
much.
the way, your high school coach, he's Hal Jordan now.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's moved over.
Anyway, I guess we've done it.
That's it. We did it.
So let's go around the table and
Just
everyone.
trying to
can-
make sure Tom doesn't pick his pants.
I'm fine. It takes a while. It takes a while for it to kick in.
Okay.
This is just round 1.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
and then-
so we keep going?
Yeah, we can keep going.
Yeah, just
And
keep-
then- Yeah, because then it's like later you drink like a quart of Miralax or something. It's
God.
like it's a whole deal. And yeah,
Well,
your day's coming.
it was
How old are you?
44.
44. You got 6 years, my friend.
Yes.
6 years for them to finally figure out Cologuard and get it working right. That's the one where you just mail them your poop.
Yeah.
And which I've mailed people poop before. I didn't realize that they could actually then test it.
Yeah.
So, my apologies.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry to the White House.
Yes. But yeah, sadly that's not as reliable, they say. So
Okay.
you got to do it right.
Gotta do it right.
If it's worth doing,
stick a finger in your butt.
It's more than a finger.
That's true. It's a hose.
It's a whole thing. They knock you out. Like, honestly, today's the worst part. It's you go in and for people approaching 50, like, don't be scared of it. It's really not a big deal because like they go in, they give you the IV, they give you the anesthesia, and like you wake up like 20 minutes later.
Best sleep you ever had.
You're good to go.
Yeah.
It's
discover things about yourself you didn't know you liked.
yeah. I was like that first time. I'd never had anesthesia before.
Oh, really?
Like
It's weird.
I've never needed a surgery.
Sure.
Like not general anesthesia. Like
Yeah.
And the first time I had it, like I was so loopy when I woke up.
Yeah.
And like the nurse, she's like waking me up and Crystal's right there and she's like and I see her name tag and and her name tag was Brittany and I was like, it's Brittany, bitch.
I definitely remember like laying there and the doctor, like when they put my quad back together and the doctor was like, okay, we're going to count back from 10. I was like, this is dumb. Like this is not even by 5. You're like,
if you make it to
gone.
5, that's impressive.
I didn't make it
10,
10,
9. Yeah, it's crazy how quick you go.
I remember waking up and they were like, I had like a brace that literally went from like my hip to my ankle and I didn't have any underwear on.
Yeah.
So like I was like, oh, I got to put underwear on. And my girlfriend, then ex-wife now, like I'm trying to put underwear on and I was like, are my balls hanging out? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, all right. Like,
I remember trying to fight it when I was doing the countdown thing. I'm like, I'm going to see how long I can stay awake through this. And
Yeah.
you just zonk
Nothing.
out. Yeah.
Not me, man. I'm like, the sooner the better.
Let's do it.
Well, no, I definitely don't want to be fighting it the whole time, but I'm just like, oh, we'll see about this. 9, 10, 9. Oh.
I read that Stephen King story, The Jaunt.
The Jaunt.
Yeah. No. Knock my ass out.
Yeah.
I learned my lesson. No jaunt for me.
Thank you, Stephen King.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Now I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, is that inspired by his colonoscopy? How old was he?
I mean,
when he wrote that thing?
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe he
He
takes
fought it,
inspiration-
was awake the whole thing, was like, this was a bad
This,
idea.
I've made a mistake.
Why did I do this?
That is scary.
Well, anyway, let's go around the table and everybody say where to find them.
This is Joe. You can follow me on the Twitter at JoeyButts, BUTTS21, and on all other socials at the same.
This is Kevin. Follow me on Twitter at KevinRBrackett.
How was this longer than our Odyssey episode? This is Tom. You can follow me on Blue Sky and Threads at Tom O'Keefe Jr. or Facebook at facebook.com/Tom O'Keefe. Don't forget, you can find the show online at facebook.com/Real Spoilers. While you're there, like the page, join the group. Don't forget the Patreon because we want and need your money. And check us out on the YouTube. So that's it for this one. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time, Joel and Clementine reunite.
Won't say it twice 'cause we already won.